Hello, everybody, and welcome to Oakland High, or welcome to Lebanon High School. Shoot, I don't even know where I'm at, kids, but we are here live, and we are in round 3 of the playoffs, and we can't believe it's finally come. Anthony Fiorella joins us on the color, and Anthony, take it away while I do some adjustments on audio.
Stork, number one, we are very, very excited to be here tonight. We didn't know if we were going to be here tonight.
We didn't.
So
We're
to be able to live on another week. We are absolutely excited for that. Of course, we saw Oakland last week. They won that ball game and moved on here to the quarterfinal. Lebanon won a tight one last week. They upset the Riverdale Warriors to get here. Well, I don't know if you call that an upset, honestly. I think a lot of people thought Lebanon could win that ball game, and they sure did. But, Stork, what you got here for Lebanon, honestly, looking at this team on tape, they have got a lot of speed. They have got a lot of talented skill players. Honestly, skill player-wise, I think they match up well with Oakland. What I think this game is going to come down to is who can control the line of scrimmage.
Not only that, but let's maintain our penalties. Let's stay in composure, Anthony. I mean, how many times have you seen where one penalty can cost you the football game? One 15-yard penalty. Another thing we want to think about is, Anthony, the first 2 plays are the most important in playoffs. You want to stay ahead of the chains. And when we talk about staying ahead of the chains, you want to put yourself in a 3-2, a 3-3 type situation. You don't want to get in that 3rd and 8. Everybody knows you're going to throw. You need a level 2 pass.
Yeah, absolutely. But, I mean, to be honest with you, Stork, both of these teams have shown that if they get themselves into a situation like that, they can get out of it. That's why they're here. You're not going to make it to the quarterfinal playoff game if you're not a team that's a well-rounded offense with a tough defense. When you look at this Lebanon roster, the number one guy that stands out is number 1, Jalen Abston, the quarterback. This is a kid that it's hard to believe that he's still only a junior, I mean,
we saw him last year, and he looked really, really good over at Stewart's Creek. He can sling the ball.
He can run the ball if need be. Very accurate quarterback. He's already garnering, just as a junior, a few FCS offers. Sky is the limit for this kid. But Stork, he's got weapons too. It's not every day that you get a team that has as many weapons as he does. You've got Anthony Crowell. We saw him last year, very good. Camontez Logue, Dwayne Brown. They've got weapons all over this offense, Stork. They're going to cause some trouble for Oakland.
Well, and Absence, he can sling it around and he can take off. He's a Michael Vick. He's a dual threat quarterback, and he's not going to be scared to take it. You remember in the Stewart's Creek game when we saw him, of course they had DeQuante Shannon. And DeQuante Shannon ran up and down the field on Stewart's Creek.
Did.
But, DeQuante Shannon's not going to be here tonight. But Absence has now, Anthony, 11 more games under his belt as he comes into tonight. Much more mature than he was when we saw him at Stewart's Creek. I loved him on video on last Friday's game.
That's what I was just getting ready to say, Stork. If you watch just how well he handled himself in that ball game, they were down in the second half. They scored 13 unanswered points, and their defense, Stork, the Lebanon defense, came up huge at the end of that ball game. They had a 3-and-out, scored a touchdown, and then as Jamison Holcomb and Riverdale were driving down the field, they got an interception inside the 10-yard line to ice it, Stork. So this defense, too, they're fast. They fly around. They get to the football a little bit undersized, but don't let it fool you. They're physical as well. I think that I really, really, truly think that they match up well with Oakland.
Kids, we've got a special guest tonight, a good friend of mine. He's been with me a long time, and go ahead and pull it down, George, so you can talk. But a guy that I sold a lot of tower space with. We had a lot of good times. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome the production artist for tonight, George Niesick. How you doing tonight, George?
Doing well. I appreciate the invitation.
Well, George, you graduated the University of Tennessee, but came from Philadelphia.
Yeah, that was quite a shock that I ended up at Tennessee. It was kind of a stroke of luck that I did. Had never been south in my life, and by chance I ended up going to Tennessee. I ended up loving it and staying in Knoxville for about 30 years.
Well, it's great to have you here, and how George and I connected back in 2007. I was working for a company called Crown Castle. They threw $4.6 billion out, and they bought 14,000 towers and 32 employees, and one of them was George Niesick. And man, when I first met you in Las Vegas at the Wynn Hotel, I told everybody this guy's going to be one of my best friends, and we've been friends ever since I walked up and shook your hand in Las Vegas.
Yeah, I'll tell you, that was an inspiring meeting out there to have it at the Wynn, probably, the best hotel in Vegas.
And it had just opened, if you remember.
That's
it had
right.
just opened.
It just opened. And
Michael Jackson was there, if you remember.
That's right. And some of our crew ran into him. Yeah. We had a scavenger hunt, as I recall.
Yeah,
so.
And we ran in, and we were like getting ready to go on the scavenger hunt, and we're leaving the hotel, and here comes this entourage, and it's Michael Jackson and his whole crew coming into the Wynn. And when you first see something like that and it hits you like, is that him? And then you're like, yeah, that's him.
Right,
right.
A couple people thought maybe it was an impersonator, but it wasn't. It actually was him. So you never know who you might run into in Vegas, though.
Never know. But George is a specialist. He retired from Motorola. He was actually there when the first Nextel call was made, which was an Esomer product back when you retired at Motorola.
That is correct. And fortunately, went to work for a company called Pinnacle Towers that became Global Signal. Crown Castle buys Global Signal. Probably the best thing that ever happened in my career.
Yeah.
It was a fantastic run of 12 years at Crown Castle until I retired, and I'm thankful every day for the opportunity to work for a company that good and that prestigious.
Well, you got to retire from there, and you got a few shares, and that's what it was all about.
Yeah.
We got a special thanks tonight. We'd like to thank the TSSAA. Appreciate Matt Gillespie letting us call this game. The NFHS, Corey Steneker, and those guys. The principal here at Lebanon High School, Dr. Scott Walters, and the director of schools is Jeff Luttrell.
Stork, we've got a few scores starting to roll in.
Bring them, Coach. Bring them.
Mr. Sam Montgomery. The game that we are definitely really keeping our eyes on tonight, that Maryville and Farragut game. Maryville leads 7-0 at the end of the first quarter of that ball game. Of course, the winner of that game catch the winner of this game, so we're definitely keeping our eye on that one. Alcoa is up. Oh, man, he's really piling them in. 35-0. They lead Pigeon Forge in the second quarter, getting ready to go to a rolling clock already here in the quarterfinals. You've got Hampton 14, Oneida 0. Knox Central is losing to Knox West in that crosstown battle 21-7. Giles County leads Loudon 21-7. Upperman and Red Bank tied at 7 as well.
And like we said, tonight's broadcast brought to you by the NFHS. Judy the Beauty's going to be on the camera. Like I said, George Niesick's going to be the production artist. Color analyst is going to be Anthony Fiorella. My name's Stork Montgomery. I run and own this contraption, and we appreciate everybody joining us out there as we've got them tuned in all over the world tonight. We've got them as far as Pittsburgh. We've got them in New Orleans. We've got them in Florida. We've got them everywhere tonight watching this matchup. I got them in Chicago. I've got them in Columbus, Ohio. I've got them in Detroit. I've got all kinds of people that have signed up for NFHS, and they're here, and they're tuned in just to watch this broadcast. Lebanon, 11-1. Oakland, 12-0. It's going to be a good game, isn't it, Anthony?
Yeah, absolutely. Again, like I said, I think the biggest thing tonight as we get ready for the national anthem, I think what it's going to come down to is, can Lebanon match up with Oakland up front? I think that's really what it's going to come down to, because Oakland, of course, we know has Jordan James, Antonio Patterson, Isaiah Horton. They've got athletes all over the field. Lebanon does as well, but it's going to really come down to who can control the line of scrimmage tonight, I think.
And that's just it. You got to have an answer for Jordan James. You got to have an answer for Isaiah Horton. You got to contain those guys. If not, and then they've got some other guys like Antonio Patterson and Khalil James.
It comes from that front seven of Lebanon. They're going to have to put pressure on them, and they're going to have to stop the run, force Cade Hewitt to put it in the air. That's the only shot they're going to have, because if you don't stop Jordan James, they'll be over quick. Lebanon
Pep Band getting into position for the presentation of colors here at Lebanon High School, Danny Watkins Stadium, and wouldn't want to be anywhere else. This is our last broadcast for the 2021 season. We appreciate John Jones Real Estate. Nobody sells homes like John. If you're buying a home, you're selling a home, or building a home, it all starts with John. MurfreesboroHomesOnline.com.
See if we can roll off another
Roll off some
few
more
schools
scores,
real
Anthony.
quick.
Just let them scores roll. Let's have a good time tonight. Sam
got one
Montgomery's
more.
back there just wheeling them in from Louisville, Kentucky. Appreciate you, Sam.
Cloudland 8, Coalfield 7 at the half. That's
And
a 1A ball game.
Coalfield's been slinging it around all
They sure
playoffs,
have.
and they put up a lot of points.
My TV 30 game tonight is Pearl Cone and Tullahoma. Pearl Cone, they got the number 1 player in the state. They're going down to Tullahoma. The only loss Pearl Cone has had was to Tullahoma in the regular season. Tullahoma's still undefeated.
Beautiful stadium. If you've never been down to Tullahoma, Tennessee, down there in Manchester.
Yeah.
Manchester, Tullahoma, right there.
Right there going down 55, hop on Jackson Street, and you're there. Not a bad drive at all.
But it's Coffee County, one of the biggest counties in the state.
It's growing quick. It is growing quick down there, Stork. But, the weather, too. I mean, very, very chilly tonight. It's playoff weather, This is what you get here for. You're going to see Glenn linemen down there lathering the Vaseline on there, keep that wind off of them. I mean, if you're here and it's getting close to Thanksgiving, you've had a good season.
Yeah, and one of these teams will prevail. And next Friday night, somebody, more than likely, and if we keep up with that Maryville score, it'll be coming in, Anthony.
Yeah.
We'll be going to Maryville, and they're up on Farragut 14-7.
So we got another one from 14-7.
Yeah, and then we've got that Ravenwood Summit game, and the Wade twins, you all. So they're going to the University of Kentucky. So Will Hester's going to have his hands full over there at Ravenwood.
Boy, wouldn't that be a heck of an upset too, though? But Ravenwood these past 2 weeks, Stork. Everybody said, you know what, don't think it's going to happen for them, and they've proved everybody wrong. So
after that game when Ravenwood and Summit played in the regular season, I asked Will Hester on Inside the Headset, do you know what it takes to beat them? And he said he does. The question is, does he got enough firepower on that side of the ball to close them down and, keep the Wade twins from just running up and down the field? Both of them are Mr. Football candidates, including Mr. Jordan James, who's on the Oakland Patriots.
Yeah, that Maryville scored the 14-7. Just got a text message from Mr. Matthew Pace. They said that ball game has reached halftime. We have not even kicked off here yet, so we will probably know the final of that ball game by about the end of the first quarter here.
And like you said, Alcoa already rolling. What was that score
They
again?
are all over.
Pigeon Forge.
It's 42-0 in the second quarter. They're not even to halftime yet.
Of course, Gary Rankin closing in on 465. 465. 465 wins. He lost
by far the record for the state of Tennessee.
In the Hall of Fame.
Over 150 games, I think, is what he holds over second place.
And 77 losses in his career. Lost his first 8 games when he was in his first year he was coaching. He said he didn't know if he was really cut out for it. And then he's got 16 rings. He's got more rings than Jostens. I mean, I'm telling you. Listen, kids, we're going to have a really good time tonight as it's going to be a lot of fun. And I can't thank George Niesick for joining us tonight, a good friend of mine. We've had a lot of good times. Got to travel to a lot of wonderful, cool places. Crown treated us well back in the day. Oh, they took us to some swanky places, and we stayed. We stayed high dollar.
Oh, always stayed high dollar, and always had great meals.
Oh, always had good food, and they gave us a few good prizes, didn't they, George?
Yeah, they gave some nice prizes, absolutely.
We were both fortunate enough to scoop a couple of those up.
Usually, wherever we ate, though, you would know the chef, so that kind of helped.
Yeah, it always
and
pays.
the maitre d'.
And
so we always got a great seat.
Hey, I knew everybody up at Jeff Ruby's and still do. Judy and I are going tomorrow night to celebrate her birthday, our anniversary, and all that good mess. Ladies and gentlemen, this presentation of colors here at Lebanon High School.
It is customary for all in attendance to remove all head coverings and place their right hand over their heart as we pay tribute to this great nation. Commanding tonight's color guard and carrying the American flag, Cadet Captain Aaliyah McElhaney. Carrying the Air Force flag is Cadet Staff Sergeant Logan Cowan. Carrying right rifle, Cadet Second Lieutenant Jackie Miller. Carrying left rifle, Cadet Senior Master Sergeant Randy Shackleton. Ladies and gentlemen, singing our national anthem tonight is Lebanon senior Sandy Diaz, our national anthem.
All right, all right.
Stork, I think I could tell you about the moon tonight. That's a full moon.
It's a full moon. We're working under a full moon. That is correct, Mr. Fiorella.
Anthony, did
you
you
still got to fill me in on all that?
No,
What'd you say, George?
Did you stay up last night to watch?
I
the
didn't. No, I sure didn't. I had to go to work
either.
early this morning, so I heard about it, though.
I heard about it as well.
I don't know if we could have seen it here, honestly. It rained all day yesterday, and we had some cloud cover. Don't know if it cleared up by then.
Yeah, we don't know. It was pretty cloudy. Oakland Patriots dressed in the white with the blue pants tonight, Anthony.
Get you their captains as soon as they get lined up down there.
Yep.
I have a feeling we probably know who they are, but
yeah, well, no,
we'll
we don't.
out.
I think it's Isaiah Horton. I can see. No,
it's Dylan King is
Dylan
back.
King.
He has missed the past couple of weeks.
Boy, I tell you who made a lot of plays last week, kids, and you'll want to watch 26 Corey Smith on that Oakland defense, man.
We've got number 6, Dylan King. You got number 13, that's A.J. Bullard. Number 34, Xavier Minor, and number 87, that is Lane Roloff. And then down here for Lebanon, looks like they have 3 captains tonight for the Blue Devils wearing the trademark blue and white. You got number 45. That is Fisher Bradshaw. Number 21, that's a tailback, Brandon Martin. And number 35, that is Mr. Copeland Bradford.
Guy that wears a white hat tonight, that's going to be Joe Blanton. Our crew's out of Clarksville, Tennessee tonight.
It was funny when I was down there on the field. He got done giving me the rundown on who they all were. He said, we're out of the Big Ten. I said, oh, wow.
You got the Big Ten. You were like, my goodness.
Wow.
Ohio State.
Wow, look at that down there. They got the police cars all fired up for Lebanon walking through the tunnel. That's really cool.
48 minutes in front of us, kids. This is going to be so much fun. It's round 3 playoffs in the state of Tennessee. This is 6A football getting ready to come at you. Judy the Beauty's just doing a wonderful job on that camera, and she'll do a wonderful job all night.
And you know, Stork, something else we got to talk about this home.
Let's go to the midfield. Hold that thought, because Joe Blanton and Judy's zooming in because we're getting ready for the coin toss. Captains are right there. Of course, we know what's going on right there. Boy, it didn't take long. Let's get it underway. He's showing them the coin. Not much to talk about. Everybody knows what to do, Anthony. Mind your manners, and white hats talk to the white jerseys talk to white jerseys, and blue jerseys talk to. Here we go. Oakland's won the toss. They're going to defer to the second half. Lebanon will get the ball first. They're going to put their backs to the concession stand. Oakland will run toward that concession. Oh, Oakland wants the ball first, you all. Oakland won the toss and wants the football first.
Definitely not typical of the Patriots
Not
to do
typical
that.
of Kevin Creasy and the Oakland Patriots. We were fortunate to see round 1, round 2 at Ray Hughes, so we were pretty warmed up on them. We're going to be not too bad with the Lebanon Blue Devils because we saw them last year. And we definitely know their quarterback, Jalen Abston, he will make plays with his feet. He will throw the football. He's going to try to pull the Blue Devils out of this one tonight.
You know, Stork, something about Lebanon is the fact that they're here tonight. It's been quite a while since they've made it back to the quarterfinal. Chuck Gentry has brought them a long way.
Here comes the Oakland Patriots under head coach Kevin Creasy. Here comes the Lebanon Blue Devils under head coach Chuck Gentry. High school football, kids. It don't get any better than this. Sit back. Get ready. Going to bring this one to you.
Rattle off a couple scores real quick before we kick it off. Knox Central is trailing West 28-2 now. Hampton 22, Oneida nothing. Pope John Paul II losing to McCauley 27-7.
That's Ralph Potta.
Then MTSU basketball losing to Stephen F. Austin 18-13 with 10:50 to go in the first half. Upperman and Red Bank tied at 14 in the second quarter. Elizabethton and Greenville, a big 4A game, tied at 7 at the halftime. NFHS link just went live, so we are good to go.
There we go. And I did text Corey Steneker, told him we were hot, and appreciate everybody. Glad everybody's joining us. We've been hot for a little while, but glad everybody's here at Danny Watkins Stadium here in Lebanon, Tennessee. It is round 3 of the playoffs. Oakland won the toss, elected to receive. And
Kevin Creasy wants to put one on him quick. He wants to keep his foot on the gas. I'm sure he does not want to let Lebanon see the light of day.
Cameron Nixon is the kicker. Anthony, I got a little cheat sheet right here in front of you just in case you need to get it. Yeah, isn't that nice? So Cameron Nixon is the kicker, and he'll wear number 18 for the Blue Devils. Kids, the principal here at Lebanon High School is Dr. Scott Walters. The director of schools is Jeff Luttrell. Appreciate them. We appreciate NFHS. We appreciate Matt Gillespie letting us come out and do this game for you. We hope we bring it all to you, and we hope you enjoy tonight's action of round 3 playoffs in the state of Tennessee.
Little motorhead before the kick.
But let's get it going, brother. We're ready to go.
Got Isaiah Horton back deep with Jordan James for Oakland.
Not going with Eric Taylor then. We're underway, kids. Fielded at the 25. That's Isaiah Horton. Horton up to the 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Isaiah Horton.
And
touchdown, Oakland.
That's right there is exactly why they wanted the football to start this ball game. Isaiah Horton, when that kid gets the ball in his hands, is special. Finds that lane quickly, gets around to the outside. The only man back was the kicker. Horton does the rest. That's too easy for him, and Oakland gets a quick one.
PAT attempt in order. Avery Rogers will get on the field. Michael Foglia to hold. Does it happen that quick, kids? This will be an untimed down. It's good. 7-0, Anthony. Took 14 seconds.
Man, and you saw the strategy there, too. Chuck Gentry kicked it short. Puts that ball at the 30-yard line right there at the side. He doesn't want to kick it to Isaiah Horton. He doesn't want to kick it to Jordan James. That ball went right for C.J. Puckett. Puckett recognizes, he said, you know what? 2 more steps. Horton's right here behind me. I'm going to let him take this football. You saw what happened.
Yep.
George, it happened
Quite
that
an
quick.
athlete.
It happened that quick. And when you see it on the screen, it's one thing, but when you see it in real life, it's a lot different.
I mean, he looked like he was going to be contained, but just too much speed, too much quickness.
Once he got those big legs going, it's going to be hard to catch him. And somebody's got to step in front of him and stop him. The one kid down here at the 40, he was your last hope, and I don't think he was going to get out in front of him. I don't know. I wouldn't, George. You know.
I mean, look, as a kicker, whenever you're the last man back, really all you can do is throw yourself at the guy's ankles and hope for the best.
But Isaiah Horton's going to Miami. You get to that last guy, Isaiah Horton should score if you're going to Miami.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's just bottom line. Avery Rogers kicks off, and now Lebanon going to get their chance. They're going to start from the 3, work up to the 5, work up to the 10, 15, up to the 20. Nice run, 22, 25, up to about the 27, and that's where the Blue Devils will start.
Good return right there by Anthony Crowell. That's one of the money guys for them on offense. They're going to call his name quite a bit tonight.
All right. The quarterback is number 1. His name is Jalen Abston, so he will run the offense, and kids, he's dynamic. He can make some things happen with his arms and with his feet. So let's see what he does. He'll work with a lone back. Boy, look at big number 87, Anthony. Nice kid. Good-looking kid. Abston going to hand off. Going to go to the left side, and Anthony didn't get nowhere. Boy, big number 21 was there for Oakland. Ethan McLaurin, the wrestler.
Yeah, they were missing him last week. Stork was out of that ball game. They get him back tonight with both Ethan McLaurin and number 9. Theron Gaines, of course, you know what you got on the edges. Going to be tough for these Lebanon tackles tonight.
They went with Martin on that last carry. Martin didn't get much. It brings up second down, 2nd and 10, running play, so that clock will continue to work right down in your lower left-hand screen. Abston from a shotgun, put a man in motion. That's Crowell. Fakes it to Crowell. Abston looking. Abston going to let it go way downfield, kids. There's nobody there. 3rd down. He's got an arm, Anthony. He can let it go.
Yeah, I mean, that ball went every bit of 55, 60 yards in the air right there.
And it didn't look like he had to put much on it to make it go.
Well, Camontez Logue on that play, the receiver, got a good first step, made a good break, was able to get out, but he's running an out-and-up pattern. That ball that Jalen Abston threw really made me think that he was thinking it was a go pattern out there, so I think a little bit of miscommunication there.
Well, you're in a 3rd and 10, need a second-level pass to get that first down. 1 at the top, 3 at the bottom. Abston looking. Now he's going to run it with his feet and try to get it. And ain't going to get it, Anthony. He's in trouble. Very good play recognition by the Oakland defense. You can tell they definitely watched their film this week. They go 5 wide. You spread everybody out, get everybody out of the box. Try to run that quarterback draw right there up the middle, but Caleb Cole was all over it, knew what they were going to run before they snapped the ball. Nice job, Anthony. So Lebanon now forced to punt on a 4th down situation.
Boy, and this is just not good quick. You've got to get a stop here if you're this Lebanon defense, I think.
Punt, bringing a little pressure. They're not going to run it.
No.
About 41, Anthony.
Still very, very good field position here for the Patriots. This is the first time we're going to see their offense tonight.
Yep, going to be the first time. Cade Hewitt is going to be the quarterback for – go ahead, give me those scores, Coach.
We got Kragers at the NBA game. Cecil Joyce says that was a 70-yard kickoff return. Knox Central getting the stuffing beat out of them, Stork. They are losing to West 42-14.
Golly.
2:37 left in the second.
Hold up, here we go. Cade Hewitt going to work right up underneath that center. Got Jordan James right behind him. He lets Jordan James have it. Jordan James right up the middle. Jordan James. Jordan going to get about 13 yards.
And see, Stork, that's what I was talking about before the game. If this Oakland offensive line manhandles this Lebanon front 7 like that, it's going to get very ugly very quick. Lebanon has got to get some push up front on that defensive
the penalty
line.
on the play.
Joe Blanton called something. They're going to move. Holding going to move Oakland back. And that's going to that'll leave a mark. It'll make it 1st and 20.
Oh, no, chop block. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, that's going to make it 1st and 25. Correction, 1st and 20. You said chop blocks. I thought it might be 15. It's only a 10 yard.
From the spot of the ball.
Okay, 10. Here we go. Hewitt. Ball in. Tight set. 1 to the top. Now we got a whistle.
Oakland wants timeout.
So Kevin Creasy doesn't like something to burn a timeout. We talk about that all the time. I mean, timeouts are special, and to go ahead and burn one, he's got something serious he wants to talk to these guys about. And look at him. He's wanting to talk to the ref.
Yeah, David Watson talking to the offense right now. I think they had a little bit of a personnel issue coming in right there, probably why they decided to burn the timeout.
Kevin Creasy stating his case. Probably needs a lawyer. But anyway,
rattle off a couple more.
Appreciate our sponsor tonight, John Jones Real Estate, also the principal here at Lebanon High School. Appreciate you, Dr. Scott Walters, and the director of schools is Jeff Luttrell. Take it away, Anthony.
CPA 7, Lausanne nothing in the first quarter of that ball game. South Pitt, who did play Oakland earlier this year, they lead Gordonsville 7-0 in the 1A bracket. Powell leads Ray County 21-0.
George, you enjoying that heat?
Yeah, definitely.
It's nice, isn't it? It's nice to be up here when we got the heat up here and it's cold out there.
It's about like you're inside, actually. I mean, it's that good. Them heaters are really good.
Hewitt going to work from a shotgun, kids, and got 3 to the top, 2 to the bottom. He's had an empty set. 2-step drop. Little Isaiah Horton, but he didn't catch it, wanted it. Little comeback, wasn't it, Anthony?
Oh, they're trying to set up a tunnel screen right there, Stork, but it's just a mishap. Got to do one thing before the other. Got to catch the football before you can run with the football.
So what did Miami recruit Horton to play, you think? What will he play at Miami?
I think most likely safety, to be honest with you. I don't know if they may try him at receiver, but I think
he's a little slow.
How big is
I
he?
think.
Is he like 6'2", or how big is
they list him at about 6'3", 215, 220, so physical kid. I think fits better as a safety for sure, but I'm up here, so don't ask me.
3 to the top, 2 to the bottom. Cade Hewitt's got plenty of targets. He's looking. He lets it go. That's Jordan James. He's got it. And he's up to the 45 of the Lebanon Blue Devils, but it's enough to make the chain gang move and the box man reset, and Cade Hewitt's got a fresh set of 4.
Stork, something about the high school game, if you have that added dimension to your offense, when you can go 5 wide and force the defense to put some defensive backs on the field that aren't in every single play, and you can exploit matchups like that with Jordan James in the slot working on a backup corner, that's going to happen every time.
We got Jordan James back there in the backfield, 2 to the top. He lets James – no, that's Khalil James. Khalil James on the run, and Khalil's got about 13 yards, pushed out of bounds by number 17, Nolan Sandifer, who made a couple of big plays last week for the Lebanon Blue Devils.
Yes, he did. Made a couple of very big plays in that Riverdale game on defense, but Khalil James, such a shifty runner, Stork, hits the hole quickly, makes 2 cuts. He's got 12 yards at the drop of a hat.
Well, the chain gang moves, boxman resets, and Cade Hewitt's got a fresh set of 4. Ball marked on the 32 of the Lebanon Blue Devils. We bring Isaiah Horton down here to the bottom of the screen. Cade Hewitt working tight, and here comes Boogie Patterson. Boogie spinning and Boogie up to about the 24. He's tackled on the play by number 17, and that's Nolan Sandifer.
Yeah, and Stork, here early, something that I have definitely noticed, these Lebanon linebackers are having a little bit of trouble reading the play early. Oakland snapping the football. They're definitely trying to get outside the tackles when they run. By the time these linebackers are recognizing running back's about 5 yards upfield before they can make the stop.
Oakland doing a real good job staying ahead of the change. Look at them. They're in a 2nd and 2. Cade Hewitt works up underneath the center. Handoff. Jordan James up to the 10. Jordan James just going to work out of bounds, kids. He's up to about the 6.
They go out of an I formation right there. Got a very good block from big number 48. That's Wesley Gross, the fullback right there, to spring him through that hole. They also have the pulling guard, number 52. That was Cameron Floyd out there ahead of the gang.
Well, Bryce Niesick was there on the stop to make sure he didn't go nowhere. 1st and goal now for the Patriots in an I formation with 2 down at the bottom of the screen. They give it to Jordan James. Jordan James pushing. He gets up to about the he gets a couple out of it, Anthony. He's going to be marked about the 4.
Did you see at the end of that play right there, big number 52, Cameron Floyd took the nose tackle, drove him 5 yards down to the field, slammed him onto the ground right there. That's what I'm talking about pregame. Lebanon has got to hold their own in the trenches tonight or it's not going to go well.
Appreciate everybody joining us on the broadcast. Appreciate NFHS and Matt Gillespie. Ty Nix has got a report. I'll let you read that.
Yeah.
Because he knows. And there goes Jordan James. Jordan James on the Wildcat. Jordan James stiff arms, and they throw him to the earth. Flags everywhere.
We got 2 flags, yeah.
I think he got 2 flags on the play, actually.
He sure did. Okay. Well, Horton going to Miami to be a wide receiver. Word from their coaches, they love how he can make any catch on the field.
Wow.
Again, that's why I said don't ask me. I'm up here for a reason. I'm not a coach.
Yeah.
Ty Nix is a coach. He knows what he's talking
fins
about.
up to Ty Nix. We appreciate you, fins up.
A very talented safety, too, though. I mean, he does a very good job.
You never know what
defense,
happens though, when they get there,
Well, right.
So you might end up being right.
I played with a kid at Blackman named Jawan James that went to Tennessee.
Yeah.
Or Jawan Jennings.
Let's see what Blanton's got to say. Joe Blanton wears white hat. Let's see what he's got. It's a personal foul. What is that, Anthony? Personal foul, face mask. Oh, man,
wow.
30 yards.
Well,
one was declined,
yeah.
And still one was enforced, so that's going to put them on about the 26. But one was illegal use of the hands. Was that what this was, illegal use of the hands?
I don't know what that is,
yeah,
to be honest
I never
with
saw
you.
that before. I think you're right,
one.
though. I don't know what else it could be.
I'm not sure, to be 100% honest with you.
I caught the face mask. That's what they enforced for 15.
Yeah, illegal hands
illegal
to the face,
illegal hands to the face or something like that, or legal hands, use of the hands. Their offense,
sure
illegal
was.
Use of the hands.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Here we go. We sorted that out. Took a minute. But here we go. 2nd and goal for the Patriots. 2 setbacks, and look, they're going to give it to Jordan James on a misdirection. James, and he works up about to the 19-yard line. Number 45 was there on the stop for the Blue Devils, and that's going to be Fisher Bradshaw.
Going to be interested to see how they approach this 3rd down here, because obviously you've got to get it in the end zone here on the 19-yard line. Wonder if they decide to go conservative and try to get it in the middle of the field, maybe get another 5 to 10 yards, kick a field goal, or if they go aggressive and try to go for it on 4th down.
Well, and the other thing is, I mean, Oakland's not under any pressure. They got the lead.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not. You definitely want to score. You want to score every time you touch it.
You got to make it a 2-possession game here somehow.
Cade Hewitt from a shotgun, bad snap. Hewitt looking. Hewitt lets it go. Oh, a little hot, Coach.
Yeah, the bad snap kind of throws off the timing right there, and Hewitt really, I mean, he did set his feet, but I don't think he recognized exactly where the receiver was and overthrew him a bit, so now we're going to see Avery Rogers attempt a 36-yard field goal.
He's going to be tested right here. Little 36-yard chuck. Foglia to hold. Kids, this will be a live ball, so if they block it, they can go to the other end. No. Definitely had the distance.
Had the distance.
Yeah, good snap. Looked like it was a good hold from here as well. Just shanked it.
Yeah.
Get you a couple of scores real quick.
Roll with it because Blue Devils got the ball.
MBS 7, CBHS nothing. Upperman 21, Red Bank 14. Giles County up 28-14 on Loudon at the half. East Nashville leads White House 7-0. Summit trails Ravenwood, Summit 7, Ravenwood nothing. That ball game's still in the first quarter. Beach leads Hendersonville 7-0.
All right, here we go. They tip, bring 2 down to make it strong on this right side closest to the screen. They hand off. They're coming this way. He wrapped up quick, Anthony. He's wrapped up quick, and you know who it was? Ethan McLaurin, the wrestler.
Yeah, a big play right there by McLaurin. Defeating a down block right there, getting up underneath it to make the stop.
And got him for a yard loss. Now it's 2nd and 11. Abston going to have to get something going quick. He works from a shotgun. He's got twins to the top, one to the bottom, and what happened? Joe Blanton wears the white hat tonight. Going to catch him on a dead ball false start or illegal procedure, but I'm not for sure. I didn't see the false start, so it was illegal procedure.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to make it 2nd and 15, already running uphill, George. So, I mean, you're digging yourself a hole. You're working from a shotgun. Got Crowell right next to him. Abston looking. Lets it go, kids. Another one of these long passes. Oh. He wanted Camontez low.
I mean, a beautiful ball right there by Abston, going that far downfield to the back shoulder, where Camontez Logue is really the only one that can make a good play on that football. Hit him in the hands. You got to haul that thing in, I think.
Perfect throw.
Yeah, it puts them in a third down situation, so it's going to be about 3rd and 16 and really need a fresh set of 4 if the Blue Devils are going to keep this drive alive. 2 to the top, 1 to the bottom, catching an audible from the sideline. We want to change this play. 5:35 left to go here in the first quarter. Oakland shifts on that defense. They're in a 4-2-5 handoff, left side. He's got some room, but it's not going to be enough, Anthony. They went with number 5, Jared Hall.
Yeah, a little draw play there, trying to catch Oakland off guard. And, I mean, they did. It was a good, probably 8-9 yard carry, but when you're on a 3 and 15, it's not going to be enough. They still got the offense on the field.
They're going to go for it.
Wow.
Abston working on a 4th down situation, 4th and 8.
Very aggressive
So
call.
Chuck Gentry just says, hey, if we're going to go now. Here in the first quarter, 5:03 left to go. Oakland on top right now, 7-0. Abston from a shotgun, he's just going to pooch punt it. I forgot that he is the punter. Took a Oakland bounce, and they quickly stopped that, didn't they? Good thing Nolan Sandifer was there, number 17.
Not a bad kick right there, though, by Abston. But
Well,
again, Oakland has very good field position. They're going to start this drive right here, just about midfield.
George, what do you think?
I think they gotta get a stop and get some momentum going.
Yep.
And they got to get the ball to Crowell. They got to use their speed.
Absolutely. Jordan James going to get 10 yards.
Hard guy to bring down.
Yeah.
And again, Oakland getting that push up front.
Jordan James, tackled by number 35,
Dude, chain gang moves, boxman resets, fresh set of 4 given to the Oakland Patriots. Cade Hewitt will work from a shotgun. They hand it off. And that's Antonio Patterson, and Patterson almost going to get 10 yards. So they're killing them on the run, and the clock's moving. And when you're getting pushed, Anthony, and that's what Kevin Creasy wants. When you're getting pushed, you don't need to put the ball in there.
No, you absolutely do not. If you're going to run the ball like this, he won't put the ball in the air.
Anthony said at the beginning of the game, they got to control the line of scrimmage to have a chance, and Lebanon's having a tough time up front.
Hewitt working real close. Give it to Jordan James. Little spin move. He's got the first down, but it's 6 yards every time, at least if he touches the ball.
I mean, you see the big tackle, number 74 right there, Deuce Hewitt, pulling and kicking the linebacker, taking him all the way to the Oakland sideline, Stork. They're literally taking Lebanon defenders out of the play. That's why Oakland is averaging probably a good 8 yards a carry thus far tonight.
Fresh set of 4 given to the Oakland Patriots and Cade Hewitt. Ball marked just on about the 26-yard line. Hewitt going to work real close. In a tight set. Jordan James in motion. Hand it off. That's Boogie Patterson. Boogie up to the 20. Boogie's up to the 10. It's good enough for a first down. Fresh set of 4 given to Oakland as they continue to move the ball down the field, running it.
Just truly been fun to watch. I mean, inside, outside, doesn't matter where they go. They're just running the ball down Lebanon's throat, and Chuck Gentry is going to have to make some adjustments defensively.
I introduced George Niesick to Kevin Creasy before the start of the game. And, George, how many hours did Kevin say he spent watching Lebanon?
Oh, wow, it was a lot.
42. 42 hours. They tip, bring 2 down, and they're strong right, kids. And they let Jordan James have it. Jordan James bends his back and still on his feet, and they haven't blown the whistle. He didn't get much out of it. Running play, so that clock will continue to work. Lebanon's got to do something right here. Big stop could really help them. You get the ball back and then just try to keep it away from Oakland. The game's not out of control. Lebanon's not out of it. It's just, boy, right now, if Oakland gets this score, it's going to make it real difficult because Lebanon's now going to have to start getting some points. Antonio Patterson, he's up to the 3. And that's the problem, when you're going to start working against the clock, Anthony. I mean, you got to match them, and you know what we talk about. We talk about that all the time. You can't get behind in that score. Officials time out, told Oakland to back up.
They're going to measure.
All right. So timeout on the field. Let's talk about our sponsor, John Jones Real Estate. Nobody sells homes like John. If you're buying a home, selling a home, or building a home, it all starts with John. Appreciate the NFHS. Corey and the guys down in Atlanta, and Matt Gillespie with the TSSAA. Rattle me off some scores, Cowboy.
I did not either. All right, let's see. Got to get caught up right here. Only 2 other scores that we have. Oh, here comes another one. We got 3 now. Beach and Hendersonville now tied at 7. MBA 14. Christian Brothers, nothing. And then Coalfield 14. Cloudland 14. That ball game is in the third quarter.
That's a good game. Give me something on Maryville. What's that score? Let me see if I can see something down here. Alcoa's beating Pigeon Forge 42-9. That's done.
Jordan James is in.
Touchdown, Jordan James. Touchdown, Oakland.
I formation. They don't put it in the air a single time that entire drive. It's an offensive lineman dream, Stork. You want to run it down their throat and get it all the way to the promised land.
Yeah, and in playoffs, kids, you want to get out here, get this game over with quick and get them off the field. Get your superstars off the field, your money guys, and get them on the sideline. Avery Rogers set to kick the PAT. Untimed down. Michael Foglia to hold. Working under full moon. Our sponsor tonight is John Jones. John Jones Real Estate. Appreciate the TSSAA and NFHS. Judy the Beauty's running the camera. My production tonight is George Niesick. My color guy is Anthony Fiorella. My name's Stork Montgomery. I'll run this contraption. Still in the first quarter with $1.50.
And Stork, I think, honestly, it puts yourself in a tough spot. But what you've been seeing with your base defense tonight, if you're Lebanon, just hasn't been working. So I think, honestly, it's do or die time anyways. You're going to have to sell out. I think you're going to have to load the box and force Oakland. You're going to have to blitz every play and bring more guys than Oakland can block. I mean, it's going to make it easy to where Oakland can try to go over the top on you. But if you can't stop the run, it's not really going to matter.
And it's going to be a little bit of keep away. I mean, if Lebanon gets this football, they want to play keep away. They need a good drive. They need to get a couple of first downs, get a little confidence up underneath of them, and maybe they can compete a little bit with Oakland. But right now, I mean, Oakland's running the football right down their throat, and that's not good. You just got to be able to stop them somewhere. Going to start at the 1, 5, 10, 15. I don't know about that.
Good job
start
by
from the
Oakland
18.
Filling those lanes right there. And
get yourself killed, George.
Lebanon has yet to get a first down on offense here tonight, Stork. They're trying their best to go over the top on Oakland, but Oakland has gotten a lot of these defensive backs back. Ethan McLaurin has made a few plays. Honestly, probably the toughest defense in 6A football, Stork.
Abston will work from a shotgun. He's going to work with Brandon Martin, number 21. We're just waiting for the play. Really need to do something to get on the board. Abston is in 5 in motion. He's going to keep it and run up the middle or try. Whoa. Boy, he caught it, and now they're on top of him, Anthony. It's just not good. It's going to bring up second down. It's going to end up for a loss, 3 or 4 yards. And who is it? Number 11 again, Anthony. He's called
Cole that time.
Cole is in a lot of damage. Last week it was 26. Now it's Caleb Cole.
Forward progress. They're going to give him a yard, I think. But, wow. I mean, it's just it's truly astonishing to see how quickly the front seven of Oakland can get hats to the football.
Well, Santa Claus just came because giving them that yard, I mean, that was a gift. I promise you. I'm not trying to be mean, but it didn't look like there was forward progress there. Abston working from a shotgun. They really need to get something going. Twins to the top. Crowell, that's a pitch catch. Crowell.
Not bad right there. Good 5 yards.
Needed that.
That's his first touch tonight, too.
They got to get him the ball more.
Yeah,
he's got
absolutely.
speed, so you got to go with,
Well, I think that's why you see something like that there, George. That's a really good point. They haven't gotten the ball into their money guys' hands tonight, so you got to do what you got to do to get these kids in space and let them do their work.
3rd and a long 6 or a short 7, whichever way you want to look at it. It's about 6 yards, and the ball's marked just on the 24. They're working on that far hash. So they've got a lot of real estate working this way. 20 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Don't know if we'll get this one off or not. Anthony, be ready to run me some scores.
I got you.
Here we go. 3 down here. They sold out. 2 to the top. Going to up. Did they get them for a dead ball false start?
They sure. No, they got them delay a game. They didn't get it off in time.
Yeah, zeros on the play clock.
Play clock ran down.
Good catch there, George.
Yeah, so that's 5 yards, and that's going to make it a little bit more difficult, on that level 2 pass. I mean, not that Abston can't get it there, but still.
Well, you just undid everything that Kroll did on the previous play.
Thank you. 3rd and 10, or 3rd and 11. And going to run that same play with 5 seconds left to go here in the first quarter.
Watch the draw.
Watch it. Watch the D-backs lurking. Screen pass. Crowell's got it. Crowell 20. Fumble. It's on the ground.
Did it get out of bounds? It did go out of bounds. That's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter.
At the end of the first quarter, Patriots 14, Blue Devils nothing. Our sponsor tonight is John Jones Real Estate. Providing this feed for the NFHS, Anthony Fiorella, take it away with those scores.
I've got 2 people, Mr. Sam Montgomery and Mr. Matthew Pace, updating me on that Maryville and Farragut game. It is now 21-7 Maryville. 5 minutes left in the third quarter of that one. Got a couple extras. Kevin Creasy's old team, Trousdale County, leads Watertown 7-0. Krager score alert, 21-0. MBA leads Christian Brothers High School. McCauley 27, JP 7. That ball game has reached halftime. University School of Jackson 7, Donaldson Christian 7. CPA 21, Lausanne nothing. White House 7. East Nashville 7, Upperman 21, Red Bank 14.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, we don't know.
Ladies and gentlemen, the second quarter of tonight's game is sponsored by Henderson's Florist, located at 204 West Main Street.
I'm about to just put the other link up. I mean,
at 615-444-3084.
All right, we're trying again. Someone's asking if we're having problems, and we're blowing everybody's doorway out as far as I'm concerned. I've got an engineer watching it, and he says we're doing great. Here we go. Punt. Jordan James didn't go anywhere. He tried to get away. And it was number 4 was there on the stop, Dwayne Brown for the Lebanon Blue Devils.
Still good field position, though, for Oakland.
Absolutely.
They've been playing the game from the middle of the field towards the Lebanon goal line. They hadn't been back in their own side of the field.
Oh, my goodness. Poor Boogie just carried it right up to the 28-yard line and took away a lot of real estate from Lebanon, Anthony.
And, of course, anytime they're going around the outside in between the tackle and the tight end, they're getting holes big enough that you could drive a Mack truck through them right there. That's exactly what you saw in that play.
Chain gang moves, boxman resets, fresh set of 4, given to the quarterback, Cade Hewitt. They work in a tight set. Isaiah Horton going to hand off. And that's Jordan James. Jordan James going in the end zone, and he's also going to Georgia. He's a Mr. Football finalist. Touchdown, Jordan James. Touchdown, Oakland.
Very good vision on that run right there by Jordan James. The hole didn't end up developing where it was supposed to, but he recognized it, sticks his foot in the ground, cuts back. He does the rest.
PAT attempt in order. Michael Foglia to hold, and Avery Rogers on to get that PAT. It's good. It's 21-0, George, and I was kind of talking to you on the way up here as you was coming up from Atlanta, and told you, when you got two college football players on the field, you got to have an answer. And I mean, I've seen that before, and I've been on the other end of it too. I mean, it's not easy, and Lebanon doing everything they can, but they just don't have a Jordan James, or they just don't have a money guy that's at that level that can just take over a game or get that commanding yard.
And unfortunately, Oakland has more than just one Jordan James, so they got multiple athletes on that team. To Anthony's point, I think what Lebanon has to do is just put 9 in the box and take the risk. I mean, otherwise it's just going to be continuous running down their throat.
At this point, you're down 21-0 anyways. I mean,
what do you got to lose?
What do you have to lose?
Well, Avery Rogers getting ready to kick it off, 21-0 here in the second quarter. Man, if you're Lebanon, you got to get something on the board now. This thing's getting ready to get out of control. And
yeah, a 3-possession lead to a team that hasn't lost a game in 2 years. That's tough sledding.
From the 3, works up to the 10, the 15, to the 20, to the 25, to the 30, to the 35, to the 40. Man, he was slung down at the 48, but that's what I wanted.
You got to get him
coming
the ball.
Back. There was a block in the back.
But still, that's what we talked about. You got to get that big explosion play to get your guys up, to get all 11 and keep going.
Big penalty's going to hurt right here, though, I think. I think this is a block in the back on Lebanon.
So if it is, they'll back it up. It's going to end up right around the 22, isn't it, if that's what they're discussing?
Yeah, instead of the 47.
Yeah.
That's a killer.
Going to get it a block in the back at right around.
And it was on the other side, too. It wasn't on the side where he fielded the kick.
What did we talk about, those penalties? Can't make those penalties that can really cost you. Block in the back. Yeah. There it is. And going to mark it right there. It's going to be right around the 24 when they step this thing off. 24, 23-yard line. Yeah, let's call it the 23 and a half. We'll roll with that. Here we go. Ooh. Boy, Jalen Abston really needs to do something. Try to get his Lebanon Blue Devils going. 2 to the top and 2 to the bottom. And Abston works out of a shotgun. He's getting an audible from the sideline. Oakland now in a 3. Looks like a 3-3. They're not even in that. Abston. You just went a little wildcat right there, Anthony.
Yeah, not a whole lot going on, but got to do something to get some points on the board on this drive.
Well, number 26 was there on the stop. He made a lot of noise last week, Corey Smith. Abston working from a shotgun. Abston with a little screen pass. He completes it. Missed tackle. Nice play. He gets up to the 40. That's Crowell.
Yeah.
That's the guy they need to get involved.
Exactly, absolutely. I mean, whatever you got to do. Little reverse, tunnel screen, bubble screen, whatever you've got to do to get these kids the ball and start getting some confidence built up for Abston, too, as he begins to complete passes.
Saw that a lot with Blackman. Adonis Otey. Could not get Adonis Otey involved into the offense. It's the same thing. You got to get your money guy involved. Abston from a shotgun. He's going to run it on a wildcat, kids. And he's not going to get too far. But good enough to keep the defense honest. It's going to be 2nd down, 2nd and 8.
Some positive momentum, though. They're continuing to move the ball in the right direction.
Number 12 for the Patriots, Steven Ellison was there on the stop. Abston. And they gave him good 4 yards. Let's call it 2nd and 6. Clock continues to work. 9:27 left to go in the first quarter. 3 at the top, 1 at the bottom. Abston fakes, looks. He's going to go on himself. Abston spinning and just not going to go anywhere. The wrestler got a hold of him, Ethan McLaurin.
Yeah, Ethan McLaurin is having a whale of a first half. His 5th tackle of the night already.
3rd down now.
Big third down play here, too.
3rd and 5. You really need to get this one. Get yourself a fresh set of 4 and try to see if you can attack the Oakland football team.
They may have to go for it on 4th down. They may take a chance, middle of the field.
Well, and we're getting close to the end of the first half.
Yeah.
Nice notion. Watch that clock, and that's going to mean a lot, George. Camontez Lowe gets down here at the bottom. They're flipping a couple around, and they're getting in position. Abston works from a shotgun. Lets number 5 have double handoff, and they got the first down, Anthony.
They got the ball to the playmaker.
Anthony
got to get it to him.
They did a double handoff, and it worked.
Yeah. And now you see what's happening, Stork. They finally got the Oakland defense on their heels a little bit. Couple of first downs. You can tell the confidence of this Lebanon offense on this drive has improved dramatically. They're starting to get some push up front themselves.
George said they had a better second half last week than they did the first half, so they may be a second half team. Absent from a shotgun, pulls it. He's looking. Kids, he can let it go, and he does. Ooh, he threw it out, man. He wanted number 17. That's Nolan Sanford.
Yeah, had the right idea there. He's being flushed out there to his right, and he's got to let go of that ball on the run. Had he been able to set his feet right there, I think he hits him.
We're working under a full moon. Hope everybody's enjoying the broadcast. We've been up the whole time. I do understand that NFHS is having a little bit of problems. Hopefully they'll get that worked out. We're going to keep on broadcasting and bringing you the action because we'll never know when they come back on the air. Abston is going to work from a shotgun. We're going to work with 1 to the top. Camontez Lowe, 3 down here at the bottom. Let's see what they do. Crowd coming this way. He's waiting for it. Abston's found something else and threw it in the dirt. Threw it a little bit behind him, Anthony.
Yeah, and honestly, I think that was on purpose right there by Abston because you had the safety help over the top and the corner was running for him step for step. Under some pressure, he's got to get rid of the football and get it out so he doesn't take a sack.
The intended receiver was number 9, Bryce Niesick. He comes out. Brought him in. He normally plays defense. Threw him in on an offensive play. Don't think I don't pick up on that, Papaw George. I've got you, brother love. Abston from a shotgun. 1 at the top, 3 down here low. Got number 5. That's Jared Hall is the lone back with Abston. Jared's going to come out as a relief valve. And he's going to throw it to Crowell. Crowell still on his feet. Golly, boy, he almost got away.
A really good tackle over there by Steven Ellison to save a first down. And a good job right there by Abston, too. They bring Corey Smith screaming through that A-gap unblocked. Abston knew he was getting ready to take a hit, stood there and delivered a good pass.
In a 4th down situation, Lebanon Blue Devils really need to do something. They got 3 to the top and 3 to the bottom. Or 2 to the top, 3 to the bottom. You think he'll sell out? You think he's going to sell out? Anthony's going to call a quarterback keeper.
There's nobody in the box. There it is.
And Anthony's right. Quarterback keeper. He's trying to get the first down. I think he's got it, Anthony.
I don't know. It's going to be pretty close.
I think he's got it as well.
Maybe about a yard, I think.
One thing,
he's got it.
Joe Blanton.
They gave him a good spot.
Yep. It's Christmas.
But again, Stork, what you do there, you spread the offense out, force those linebackers, what 2 that you have to go cover those receivers out there. And when you get a kid like Abston, then
Abston working under full moon, running for his life, flags everywhere. He's going to get out of bounds.
Now hold on, big number 75 right there. That was Chris Walker. But, yeah, you spread the offense out like that and you get a kid like Abston that much green grass, he's going to get it for you.
Well, Joe Blanton is man that wears the white hat. He'll make all final decisions. Let's wait for his call. Boy, it's Judy the Beauty not doing a wonderful job on that camera, holding, like Anthony said, called against the Blue Devils. Johnny and Wanda should be blowing your living room out. I'm going to work from the 49 now. Boy, that left a mark, Anthony. I mean, left a big mark. That's about 23 yards. So that's going to make it 1st and 23. Abston. 7:24 left to go in the first half. Audible coming in. 19 seconds left on the play clock. Plenty of time to get this play off. Play clock down to 13. Down to 10. Abston completes it. Crowell, he's going to get out of bounds. He'll stop the clock. Camontez Logue, sorry.
Again, that's another kid. They had trouble getting the ball in his hands tonight, so good to see him get a touch there. The big tight end, too, number 87, Aiden Scranton. They love him up the seam. Got very
second
good size.
and 20, so you need to get at least half this back if you're going to try to keep this thing rolling. I know Abston's got an arm. One to the top, two to the bottom. Crowell is listed as a receiver. Fake the pitch. Abston looking. He's catching a little heat. They're running after him. He's going to flush out of the pocket and take it. Ethan McLaurin's there, along with number 33, Nathan Hepburn.
He wanted Crowell coming on a wheel route on the back end of that play, and number 27 for Oakland, Chandler Lilly, ran with him step by step. Very good coverage by the Oakland defensive backfield, and a good job by Abston, too, of making a little bit of something out of nothing.
3rd and 18 now for the Lebanon Blue Devils. Ball's marked just at the 43-yard line. 6:43 left to go here in the first half, and Abston will work from a shotgun. You'll work with numbers. Looks like he's got number 5 back there, Jared Hall. Play coming in. They're in a tight set. Looking. Tried to get it to Hall and threw it behind him, George. Hall was open.
He was there.
Could have been 6-7 yards, and then even if you had to go for it on 4th, it would have put you in a lot better position.
Absolutely.
Well, and where you're at on the field, too, may see the pooch punt here, but in plus territory, they may decide to end up going for it anyways.
Well, with 6:26 left to go, Lebanon will get the ball at the start of the second half because Oakland got it at the start of the game. They send 3 to the top.
They might try that pooch kick. I don't know.
1 to the bottom.
It'd pin them back there if they did, but I guess not.
Abston looking. Lets it go.
Got him.
Camontez Logue. He's got it up to the 20. He's up to the 15, the 10, the 5. Touchdown Lebanon. Touchdown Camontez Logue.
What a play right there by number 3, Camontez Logue. A deep hitch route. Sticks his foot in the ground. Spins around. Jalen Abston delivers a beautiful pass. Hits him right in the numbers. Logue's able to make 2 guys miss, and he's in the end zone. A big touchdown for Lebanon there. They needed that.
Cameron Nixon will come on to kick the PAT for the Lebanon Blue Devils. And Abston is going to hold. This is important. You got a quarterback holding, so if he gets in a little trouble, Abston knows to pick it up and take it off and run with it. Abston to hold. I believe he got that. Cameron Nixon dots that I. It's 21-7.
Well, and now see, Stork, even though it's still a 2-possession ball game, if your defense can buckle down, even if you don't get points before the half, if you can come out in the second half and hang one on them, you're right back in this thing. Big touchdown there. Lebanon needed that bad, especially because that drive took well over 5 minutes off the clock as well.
Yeah, they got to really cover this kick. I mean, Oakland's dangerous on the kick return, so we've seen that earlier.
Be interesting to see if they decide to kick it a little bit shorter. Got some scores we can rattle off.
Pump us with
quick.
some scores. Bring us up to date, Anthony Fiorella.
All right, that one that we're really watching, Farragut has scored. They now trail Maryville 21-14 with 9 minutes and 51 seconds left in that ball game from both Mr. Matthew Pace and
that's
Sam
at Maryville
Montgomery.
High. That's
probably a little bit closer than people thought.
Alcoa, I think Alcoa might win tonight. They're up 52-0 in the fourth quarter.
Gary Rankin's got his foot on the ground.
Gordonsville tied with South Pitt, 14 all with 5.5 to go in the second quarter. Coalfield up 21-14 on Cloudland. Summit leads Ravenwood 14-7 in the second quarter. Hendersonville 14-7. They lead Beach in the second quarter.
The Wade twins are over at Summit, kids, and they're going to University of Kentucky. Really good, 2 football players. And Will Hester for Ravenwood. We're Van Jefferson, and good point. George Niesick pointed it out. Van Jefferson, that's where he went to high school, played at Florida. But he played at Ravenwood. From about the 16. Works up to the 25. And like George said, just a dangerous return, and they're up to the 40. Jordan James.
It makes it tough because I know they probably don't want to kick the ball to Jordan James or Isaiah Horton because of that, but you give up so much extra field position too. So
they got a guy down. Guy got his bell rung. It looks like number 4 on the other side, Dwayne Brown.
I'm not so sure I wouldn't try to kick it out of bounds on the kickoff.
Why not? You know what? They're going to mark it at the 35.
Right.
So
that's honestly the best field position that they would have.
That is. You're right, George. That would be. If you don't want them to run it back, kick it out of bounds. It's going to get. They'll take it at the 35.
I mean, as long as the kick goes out of bounds past the 35, you're fine.
Right.
I mean, why not?
Yeah.
Very good point.
I mean, you got to watch it because if they got some deadly guys and they got some deadly up guys in that second position that can get a hold of it, like an Eric Taylor or something like that, and throwing those guys.
They just have too many weapons.
Absolutely.
To take the risk.
Well, something else that's tough, too, is.
Oh, this could be a big hit. I mean, Dwayne Brown's player.
Yeah. Certainly don't like seeing that.
No, we're in round 3 of the playoffs. We said it kind of at the start at the broadcast. Somebody's going to be real happy at 10 o'clock and somebody's going to be a little bit sad. Just part of it. I mean, we wish we could play all winter long, but it's not that away.
Looks like he's favoring that left knee.
Yeah. Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance is here. Appreciate Dr. Scott Walters. He is the principal here at Lebanon High School. The director of schools is Jeff Luttrell. Matthew Gillespie with the TSSAA let us broadcast. Corey Steneker down at the NFHS. Our sponsor tonight, John Jones Real Estate. Nobody sells homes like John. That lady on the camera who's doing the most awesome job, that's Judy the Beauty. Guy on production tonight, we shipped him in out of Atlanta, brought him in out of retirement. He's in the Broadcaster Hall of Fame. It's George Niesick. My color analyst tonight, Anthony Fiorella. My name's Stork Montgomery. I own this contraption. We're back underway here at Danny Watkins Stadium. Oakland Patriots going to work up under in a tight set. And they hand it off. And boy, they just met Antonio Boogie Patterson right at the line. Second down, 2nd and 10.
You see what they did? 9 guys in the box that time. Oakland, they don't have enough hats to be able to block that. Worked out well. But what you've got to be cognizant of now is the play action pass too. So,
and you don't want the Patriots to score here. You're going to get the ball at the start of the second half, so it's you're just trying to keep them from scoring. Jordan James is going to work with Cade Hewitt in that shotgun position as the lone tailback. They bring one down to make it strong on this right side. Fakes it to Jordan James. Hewitt looking, goes downfield, and guess who it is? Antonio Boogie Patterson. Touchdown, Boogie. Touchdown, Oakland. And Joe Bland's on the run trying to catch up.
We just said it, got to be cognizant of the play action. No, like you said, there was nobody within 25 yards of Antonio Patterson right there. No safety help over the top. Makes it way too easy for Cade Hewitt to throw that pass.
Being untimed down with 5:17 left to go in the first half. Touchdown Boogie, touchdown Oakland Patriots. Avery Rogers to dot the I, and he does. I mean, now what do you do? Let's take it. Let's get on that Lebanon side of the ball. You're Chuck Gentry. What do you do, Coach Gentry?
You got all 3 of your timeouts in 5 minutes. You got to get the ball in the end zone. I mean, absolutely got to get the ball in the end zone. You have plenty of time. Don't abandon the run game. Run the football. Still run the football. I mean, I know it's been tough sledding, but you've got to keep that Oakland defense honest in order to get guys like Logue and Crowell the football regularly.
I think that's a good play. And, I mean, you don't really – I mean, Abston hasn't been that successful through the air. He's thrown a little bit behind. He hasn't been really on his target.
Use Abston to run the football too. I mean,
yeah,
if you've got to, you can do that.
He completed that one pass over to Crowell a little bit, but you got a little something for me?
Alcoa has gone final. It is 52-0. They shut out Pigeon Forge, and that's a quarterfinal playoff game.
And Gary was really worried about Alcoa performing in the playoffs.
Matthew really Pace got your Nashville Christian score for you. They are tied 7-7 with MTCS in the second quarter of that
Dean
ball
Fox,
game.
The Fox at Rocks. Copernicus, that's where he is. He's at that game.
MBA leads Christian Brothers 28-7.
Thomas McDaniel could be done tonight.
After this play, we'll get you the Maryville Farragut.
All right, going to work from the 3 up to the 10. The 15 cuts, 20, still on his feet. He's up to the 24-yard line. Go ahead, Anthony.
Maryville has scored again. They now lead Farragut 28-14.
Remember what I said?
8 minutes left in the game.
Now you're down by 2 touchdowns. So if Farragut gets it, they got to score and then get the ball back to just even get
Oh,
within.
no.
All right. Hold on just a minute.
Yeah.
Just a minute. Keep our fans waiting as Abston is going to work from a shotgun with trips to the top, twins down at the bottom, and a single back. Crowd down here in that slot along with number 3, Camontez Logue. So his strong money guys are down here at the bottom of the screen. Abston fakes it, and he's taking off running, and Anthony, that was just a recipe for disaster. I mean, he's going to lose about 6 yards.
Not
and
good
who was
right
it?
there.
The same guy did all that damage last week. Number 26, Corey Smith.
Yeah, Corey Smith quick off the edge right there, and even a guy like Abston, when you run into a linebacker as talented as Corey Smith, it's hard to get away.
You had something you wanted to tell us.
Yeah, I'm making sure to confirm here before I let this go.
Okay. Well, what do you think you got?
A final on the Maryville game.
Okay.
It was quick.
Okay.
It went from
Abston.
7 minutes to final.
Okay. Do it in the dirt, Coach.
Yeah, just got to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Just got to get rid of it.
Now it's third down, 3rd and 16. What do you think the final is?
Well, Sam told me just a second ago that there was – okay, ScoreStream has it as a final, but not yet on Coach T. So we're going to hold off on that, let Sam work on it a little bit.
Yeah, Sam,
We'll
get us
see
something
what
on
happens.
Maryville. Whoever wins this game is going to go to Maryville. That's what we're watching for. Screen pass, boy, it was almost trouble.
Yeah, there it comes. I was going to say, I think
Pass
he hit him
interference.
before the
Yep.
ball got there.
Going to get 15 yards and a first down. Close to it. What's that? Yeah, it is on pass interference.
Chandler Lilly got to be a little bit more disciplined down there. Got to, I know you're trying to make a play, but let him catch the football or make a play on the football.
Joe Bland wears the white hat,
Yes.
waiting for all that.
3rd and 15, you don't need to do that.
Yeah. No.
Play it safe, stop the guy, get the ball back.
You're moving the ball when the clock isn't moving. That's the best time to move it, George. You're moving on the penalty.
But I tell you what, something I think cornerback has probably become, nowadays especially, one of the toughest positions to play in the game because you've always got your eyes on a guy and not the ball. And the higher and higher you go in levels, it seems like referees are more and more apt to throw a flag just for laying a finger on a guy,
Yeah. Somebody told me something a long time ago. The reason cornerback's so difficult, the receiver knows where he's going.
You
but
don't.
The cornerback doesn't know where he's going.
Right, exactly. Toughest position to play is cornerback. Abston going to try to run it, and boy, just not good, Anthony.
Corey Smith, just textbook right there. They are bringing pressure. He's blitzing anyways, but he doesn't get too ahead of himself, Stork. He doesn't over-pursue, doesn't over-commit on the play, breaks down, makes a good tackle.
It's going to be 4th
28-14,
down for Lebanon.
Maryville. 5 minutes left from Ty Nix. There's your deal.
4th and 6, they're going for it. If he doesn't pooch kick it.
Go for it.
Yeah, I've got.
I mean, you might as well. You're 28-7. You need 21 points. You're getting the ball to start the second half. Go for it. 3:30. Going to call timeout and burn one. Anthony mentioned it. He had 3, so why not burn one?
Well, right here, I think what they're going to discuss is where we're at on the field, down by 3 scores.
Are we all
minutes,
in?
We may want to punt the football here. I think I would punt the football, and because if you don't get it here, Oakland's going to get the ball on the 30-yard line.
I agree with you.
I think
I'd
it's just
punt
too
it.
risky.
Yeah. And you're going to get the ball at the start of the second half. Somewhere along the line, you got to put something together. Appreciate Ty Nix. Ty Nix, one of the guys, Shark.
Yeah,
used to be with us out here on the broadcast. And
Maryville, he says that Farragut has the ball. They are driving inside the Maryville 20-yard line now. So they're trying to
Ty Nix.
Trying to put themselves down by 1 score now. Farragut's not going away.
Yeah, but you got to get 2 touchdowns, Anthony. If it's 28-14.
It's a lot, but you can do if you can get to 21 with a good 3.5 minutes left on the clock, recover an onside kick.
And that Farragut coach will be coach of the year, Anthony. I don't mean to be mean, but he'll be coach of the year, man.
Yeah,
if you get that close to Maryville. Other than Alcoa, I don't know anybody else that's gotten that close. Powell got a little bit close. And now from the 45, Jordan James, who works up to the 50, face mask up to the 45. He's still on his feet, twisting, got up to the 40. Did you see the face mask, George?
They didn't call it.
I missed it.
What?
They didn't call it.
Did you see it, Anthony?
I did. They didn't call it. But
did you see that head cock? That's how you know. You see that head snap around, somebody pulled it.
I think you definitely would have liked a little bit more hang time on that punt right there because Lebanon's coverage guys didn't have much time to be able to get down there to try to make a play.
Well, 3 minutes and 14 seconds left. Oakland's got half the field to work with. Let's see what they do. Hewitt out of a shotgun. And now whistles and flags. George, what do you think about tonight's setup? You up here?
Excellent.
Are you enjoying yourself?
Very professional. Anthony's doing a terrific job.
You've never met Anthony Fiorella. What about Judy the Beauty?
Judy has been on the money the whole night.
She don't make many mistakes, does she?
Nope.
We make them all. 28-21, Maryville Farragut. And at the half, Dean reports Nashville Christian 14, MTCS 7. Thank you, brother.
You got to give Farragut credit for keeping it close.
Here we go. And Cade Hewitt working this way. Look at Jordan James blocking. Cade Hewitt going to keep it himself. Going to run out of bounds. Kids, he got 15 yards.
Very smart by Cade Hewitt knowing to get out of bounds, too, so that you can continue to conserve those timeouts.
So from the 37 of the Lebanon Blue Devils, Cade Hewitt working from a tip, bring 2 down tight. Gonna make them strong left. You got Khalil James. They give it to Khalil James on that left side. Khalil's got it. He picked up 7 yards. It's gonna be close to the first. Okay, going to make it 3rd and 1. Remember what I said by staying ahead of those chains. You want to put yourself in that 3rd and 1, 2nd and 2. Cade Hewitt looking, lets it go. Little Rich, you wanted Isaiah Horton down in that corner, George.
Got the right idea right there.
Yeah, had the right idea. He was well covered, though.
You want to, very good coverage out there on the far side of the field by Camontez Logue. But what you want to do when you have a taller receiver like that, especially, is you want to try to throw to the back shoulder. Hewitt's going to have enough for the first down there as the clock continues to wind. But, yeah, going along the sideline like that, you want to throw for that back shoulder because you make the corner try to have to work over the top over somebody that's already 3-4 inches taller.
Well, Creasy right now using this clock, he's not going to let Lebanon have the ball back with any time left, George, and then Lebanon will have to start the second half and come out. He's draining that clock.
That's his plan, I'd say.
We asked him before the game, how much time did you spend on Lebanon? He said 42 hours. They hiked it. Did you see that? They hiked it to Jordan James. They didn't hike that to Cade Hewitt. Jordan James stepped right in there on a motion play and caught the snap. The ball never touched Cade Hewitt's hands. They call timeout on the field.
So I've had
you got a little something.
Sam
Give us
Montgomery
something.
told me that Farragut did decide to kick it deep, so they're going to try to play defense and get the ball back.
How much time left?
Not sure about that.
Ty Nix, give us clock time. We'll get something here in about 45 seconds. We're about 45 seconds behind the broadcast.
A couple other scores.
Hit us
NBA
hard.
35, Christian Brothers 7 with 15 seconds left.
Coach McDaniel's in a lot of trouble.
McCallie 36.
Let's try McCauley.
Yes,
you're talking like my brother.
JP 2-7. And then Giles County leads Loudoun County 35-21. 3:21 left in the ball game. Timeout, Maryville.
Ooh. Appreciate everybody joining us on the broadcast. Guy in Louisville, Kentucky, he wrote an app. It's called Stork Vision. It's in your Google Play Store or Apple Store. Download it. You can keep up with us when we get on the air. This is our last football broadcast, but I'll be doing some music or other things throughout the rest of the year till we get back here next fall. But we can't thank NFHS enough for letting us come out and just call this game and bring you all the action. George came up from Atlanta. Judy's just being herself and always a smart one and taking care of us. And Anthony Fiorella, he still wants a lawnmower for Christmas. Here we go. We're working. Shotgun, Hewitt, lets it go. Little screen pass. Khalil James wanted it, but it wasn't there, Anthony.
Yeah, even if he does catch that ball, Lebanon does a very good job of getting to the football. Didn't have many blockers in front of him anyways. He may have lost a yard or two. But it does stop the clock, too.
Well, this is very unusual. Bands performing at halftime, you all. Normally we don't have bands at halftime, but it looks like the Lebanon Blue Devil Band will perform.
Oakland's band did not travel tonight. Just realized that.
And here in a little bit, we're going to give you a little story. I'm going to let George talk for a minute, but a great story. So tune in, stay with us. We got 24 minutes of football right after this, but we're going to wrap up this first half. Cade Hewitt fakes it, play action, lets it go, George. Touchdown. That's Isaiah Horton. Touchdown, Isaiah Horton. Touchdown, Oakland.
Deep cross right there is what you had. You have Antonio Patterson running a post to that backside corner of the end zone. Isaiah Horton coming over the middle of the field, crossed the safeties up. Isaiah Horton had 2 steps on the corner, and Cade Hewitt delivered a beautiful pass.
Michael Foglia to hold. Is that still Avery Rogers?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it doesn't look like
Mr.
Taylor.
Nah, that's Rogers.
Yep.
35-7, and Lebanon is 1 score away from a running clock in the second half, and I honestly did not think I was going to be saying that tonight.
No, I didn't either. I thought I did not. But Kevin Creasy said he spent 42 hours watching Lebanon film, said he would be ready for this game, and as Coach Niesick said, he's a good coach, isn't he?
Yeah, he is very well prepared and has prepared his team very well.
I was telling George, you coached over Trousdale County, and, when you coach over there down in that, the 1A or 2A, you only got about 30 players. You only got one gun, don't you, Anthony? And you got to get him involved.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what he's got now is he's going from a roster of 20 players with one gun to 80 players and probably 9 or 10 of them.
A little bit different of a situation, but still when you coach down at that lower level, you really got to
build your identity.
Yep.
You build who you are and what your philosophy is and what you like to do as a coach.
But you learn how to move that football, and I mean do a lot of damage at the point of attack. 5, 10, 15, 20. That's Crowell. Going to get up to about the 22. I'll wait till he gets marked. With 1:21 left to go here in the first half. Hopefully everybody's enjoying it.
So Sam says
3 minutes left, according to Ty Nix.
Well, I got
something a little bit better.
Sam says Farragut has 2 timeouts left. Just called the first one. Maryville has it 2nd and 12. There's 2:35 left in the ball game.
Well, they got to get the ball back.
They're going to run out of timeouts before Maryville has to punt it away, so they're not going to have much time, it doesn't sound like.
Abston, hands off. Went with Jared Hall.
Yeah, and at this point, I think Lebanon is going to be content with trying to run the clock out and get this thing into the half.
I mean, if they can bust one, great. If you can get one out. But wasting a lot of time here as we're under a minute, Anthony. So they're not really trying to intend to score. I think they're doing what you say, just going to try to finish out. Jared Hall on the run, and
that's
not much
quick
there.
Right
Yeah,
there. You wonder if Creasy
he doesn't call timeout. Here we are. We're coaching.
Yeah.
we know what other people do and how they treat you. 28 seconds left. They're going to get out of this. Kids, we're going to take a little bit of a break. Look at Oakland dropping back into prevent for this last play.
Yeah,
they're not going to let them.
More.
Yeah, they're not. They're going to drop way back. This is the last play of the first half. Going to take about a 5, 6, 7 minute break. Then we're going to jump back on, tell you a little story, and then we'll bring you the second half in 24 minutes. And let Crowell have it on that last play. We're going to get out of here. That was the end of the first half. George, what'd you think?
Well, I tell you, it's about what I expected, honestly. I mean, I knew Oakland had a lot of horses, and they showed up.
Yeah,
And Lebanon didn't have an answer, unfortunately.
Anthony, what do you tell your guys if you're Coach Chuck Gentry?
I mean, I know it sounds cold-blooded, but I'm looking at my big guys, and I'm saying, look, guys, you got absolutely bullied in that first half. You have got to pick it up. We've got to get more push on both sides of the football, or we are not going to have a shot in heck in this second half.
Great point. I mean, that says it all. Lebanon Blue Devil Band coming on. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll tell you a little story. You're going to really enjoy it. Stay tuned. Hello, everybody. We're back on the air, and got a good friend here with me, George Niesick. But I want George to tell us a little story. We got a little time here before we get back underway, and George is going to tell you a little story, Anthony, about how he got here. But the key is his mother is the reason why he is here. So, George, take it away.
You're right. You're exactly correct. So my parents, my mother was German, my father was Yugoslavian.
Okay.
During World War II, my mother was in Germany working in a courthouse. My father fought in the Yugoslavian underground against Nazi Germany.
Wow.
He was captured, placed in a labor camp that was located behind the courthouse that my mother worked in. So when she walked to work, she would walk past this labor camp. They established eye contact. She would sneak him necessities, food, etc. Now, this is Nazi Germany.
Yeah.
And they found out they'd have shot her in the head.
Absolutely.
So the Americans come, liberate the camp. She dates him for a year, but never tells her family, because at that time, you were supposed to marry a German.
Right.
And so the day before she's getting married, she tells them that she's marrying a foreigner, and they go crazy. They hung around Germany for a few years. Naturally, the climate for that type of relationship wasn't good in Germany at the time. My brother was born there, but they decided, my mom had a vision to come to America. Didn't know the language, had very little money. Come to America, I'm born here, live the American dream, own a home, kid goes to college, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
And when she passed away at the ripe old age of 89. I wrote my kids a letter, my daughter and my son, and I said, all of us are indebted to this lady.
Yeah.
Because she had the vision to come to America, and I'm thankful that she did. Because who knows, I might be, Germany freezing in the winter.
What's so funny about that, and you may not have even picked up on what you just said too. She had the vision to come to America, but she quite literally had the vision. Had she not ever seen your dad,
well, that's
amazing.
What an
that is absolutely
that
amazing.
Is why
I told you it would be a great story. I hope my listeners enjoyed
amazing.
it. George
that
is just a fantastic guy.
That is why he is
amazing.
a color guy, because he sees things other people don't see, man. He caught that. I mean, that's extraordinary.
That's a truly amazing story to hear. And I mean, I've heard stories similar, but never been able to put a person with one. So to be able to hear that, I mean, that's a treat. It's an absolute treat.
There are a lot of immigrant stories out there.
Yeah.
That are unique. Each one is unique to itself. People have always told me, you should write a book about that. You should write a book about that. If I actually learned writing at University of Tennessee, maybe I would write a book, but I didn't go to that class. So.
Yeah.
Also, horse racing is George's favorite. The sport of kings. That's one of his things that he does. He travels around the United States and visits a lot of horse tracks.
Yep.
Del Mar's one of his favorite, where the surf meets the turf.
Yeah, Del Mar's actually my favorite racetrack. I actually own horses.
Okay.
So it's not a profitable business, I can tell you that.
We've had some that hadn't done Lady Overboard. Judge Judith. What's Judge Judith do?
Judge Judith's going to be a plow horse somewhere, I think, unfortunately. But I had some good ones. In 2013, I had a horse that was on the Derby Trail, a horse called Mac the Man. He ran in a $500,000 race. All we have to do is finish in the top 3. There's 12 horses. He's the 4th choice at 6-1. Got a legitimate chance of winning the race. Leads the entire way. They turned for home, and he walked across the finish line.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he got hurt.
Oh.
Yeah. That was my closest I've ever come, and he won a lot of money. He was a really, really good horse. Ended up being a trail horse in Indiana. So we always find the horse a good home.
Yeah.
We've had Thunderstruck. Thunderstruck's done pretty good here lately.
Thunderstruck's good. Buckeye Bling is good. The other thing that I got into, other than I've been owning horses, pieces of horses. It's an expensive hobby. since 97. And so recently I've got into what's called pin hooking. That's where you buy a yearling in September and sell it as a 2-year-old in May, June, and that time frame. Basically, it's like flipping a house, only you're flipping a horse.
Yeah.
So I've done 2 of them, and basically I've broken even. And people tell me I'm doing good because I've broken even. So that's another tough business to do.
Something I was curious, what goes into that? You know, you only have them for a year, so you can only do so much in that year time span. But.
So basically, you actually only have them from like September to May. So
okay, so it's half a year.
Half of a year. 6-7 months is all you. So basically, what you're trying to do is you're not grooming or preparing the horse to be a racehorse. You're preparing them to look good for a sale. So, okay. So you're preparing them to look good for a sale, and some of that actually involves steroids and making them look muscular and things of that nature. And so really that's all you're doing is making them look good for a sale, almost like a beauty contest in a way. Once they're purchased, the people that take them from that point on actually have to kind of like break them down chemically to a base foundation and then build back up. I mean, it's kind of a crazy industry. You know, there's horses that have been bought as yearlings for $20,000 and sold for $250,000. But that's, you know, that doesn't
very
happen.
Rare instance.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's just like anything else.
Well, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get you a final score real quick of interest. So we now know that definitely the winner of this ball game tonight will travel to Maryville. They were able to hang on and run the clock out. 28-21, they win the ball game. A
lot closer than people thought it would be.
Yeah. The Admirals give them all they could handle.
If Farragut could have pulled that off, Stork was going to vote that coach for Coach of the Year. So.
Yeah, I was. Sure was. Appreciate everybody joining us on the broadcast as we're bringing this all for NFHS. The principal here at Lebanon High School is Dr. Scott Walters, and the director of schools, Jeff Luttrell.
Tell us what you learned on the way up here as well about Lebanon.
Oh, yes. Lebanon's usual kicker is not here tonight, and so they've been a little bit hindered and handicapped, and that's why the kickoffs have not been going very far.
It's been big,
and the
too,
punts
because other than the fact that they're not doing as well up front, Oakland has had phenomenal field position all night. And, I mean, literally the first play of the ball game, they run the thing back.
I'm not sure that Oakland has started inside their own 35. They've been outside their own 35 every time.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, great field position, you know, and you got those type of kids on the field that are going to play at the next level on Saturday. Jordan James going to play at Georgia. Isaiah Horton scheduled to go to Miami. I mean,
that's not only the next level, that is D1 level. I mean, that's,
it's Power 5 football. I mean,
that's big-time football, exactly.
Elijah Herring that was over at Riverdale, he'll be attending University of Tennessee, and Coach Kreisky told me he heads out at Christmas, so he'll be joining the Volunteers there real soon, and he's already an early commitment. His brother, Caleb Herring, is one of the top recruits in the South, George. He's a big, tall, lanky kid, and, I mean, he can go after – he can do some damage on defense, can he?
I know Anthony went to Middle Tennessee State, right?
Yes, he did.
I didn't play football.
Right. No, you went there. But you keep up with football
I do. I still work there as well for the athletic communications. So I keep up with everything. Yeah, I'm at all the games. Absolutely.
My best friend in Knoxville, his son is the uncle to Chase Cunningham. And I know Chase got hurt and is out for the rest of the year.
Yeah,
he was doing well, and he's going to be
really well. It's been an interesting
year.
Situation this whole season at the quarterback position. Now that you bring that up, because beginning of the year they had brought in a kid by the name of Bailey Hockman, who was a transfer from North Carolina State. Played 3 games, decides I don't want to play football anymore.
Oh gosh!
In the middle of the year, so Chase, who has been the backup quarterback literal second string, since Brent Stockstill was there, has been patiently waiting for his chance. Finally gets his chance. Was doing quite well and tears his ACL. Poor kid.
Correct me if I'm wrong. First game, 5 touchdown passes, no interception.
That is correct.
George Niesick, the man with the figures.
That's a way to start when you're getting your first start.
Yeah,
man. You can't ask for more than that.
He was it Knoxville East?
He went to Knoxville Catholic.
Catholic, that's right.
The
very good kid too.
The outstanding player on Tennessee that you know real well, number 9 on
Tyler
Tennessee,
Barron.
Went to Catholic.
Yes, sir, sure did. Coach Abernathy's son, Tyler Barron. Kids, 24 minutes in front of me. Oakland won the toss, elected to take the ball. That means Lebanon going to get the ball here at the start of the second half. We're underway, kids, of the second half between the Lebanon Blue Devils and the Oakland Patriots. And taking it about the 3, works up to the 10. Now up to the 15. He's got a lane, 20, 25, 30. Stiff arms and goes out of bounds. And he gave Khalil James a little stiff arm.
And you could definitely tell, I think Lebanon picked up on that in the first half. They have been kicking to Anthony Crowell on the exact same spot. He's been trying to take it up the middle and find a lane. I think they told him, let's see if we can bounce one to the outside. He does there. Very good return. Lebanon's got good field position.
Abston going to work from a shotgun, and he's going to work with number 5, Jared Hall, as his tailback. Abston really needs to do something. He needs to get Lebanon on the board. Pitch back. Now Abston's got it. Little razzle-dazzle. Abston lets it go. Man, he was catching all kinds of heat, Anthony.
Yeah, flea flicker right there. What's important for the defense is no matter what goes on in the backfield, everybody read your keys. Don't fall for the fake right there. The corners, they stay with the receivers step for step. Defensive linemen recognize still a pass play. That offensive front still pass blocking even though they hand it off. Well read by Oakland.
Oakland now looking like they're going to go to their 4-2-5 defense.
Sure is, Stork.
And that's what they're in a 4-2-5. Abston work from a shotgun. Little handoff. Went back to Jared Hall. Now it's going to be 3rd down. And I talked about it early in the game, kids. Now you're in a 3rd down, and you're going to need a level 2 pass.
Yeah.
Get that first down.
Well, what you really didn't want here if you were Lebanon,
you want that 3rd and 2.
You don't want to go third. You don't want to go 3 and out to start the second half.
Very important down. He needs to get this first down and keep this drive alive.
Because you're fighting the clock right now, and if Oakland scores again, that clock's going to continue to run no matter what.
Yeah. Yeah, Oakland one score away from putting this thing into a spinning clock. And once it gets there, man, you can't control it then, can you, Anthony?
No, you can't.
From a shotgun. Fakes the screen pass. He's going to try to roll far side of the field. Looking, plants his feet, lets it go.
Got him.
He got him. Camontez Logue, and that's good enough for a first down.
It's a good route right there by Camontez Logue. A very good route. Abston picks up on it, delivers a good ball there to the sidelines. And, yeah, George, exactly like you said, they needed that.
Chain gang moves. Boxman resets to 1. Ball's going to be marked just on the 47-yard line. He got out of bounds, so that clock will stop, and that's just what Lebanon needs. They need to get on the board. They need to score when the clock isn't moving. That's hard to do. He's going to work with Hall as the tailback. Abston coming this way. Looking, catching heat. Anthony lets it go. Oh. Bully was right there step for step on him.
And I know that was incomplete, Stork, but Jalen Abston rolling against and having to throw across his body without his feet set. That ball going 35 yards in the air, only missed him by maybe 2 steps. Very good throw right there by the junior.
Yeah, well covered by number 27.
Yeah, Chandler Lilly did a good job in coverage.
Take it down. Run and play. And Anthony, he gets about 6 yards.
And again, like I was saying earlier, I know it's been tough sledding, but don't abandon the run. Do not ever abandon the run game.
Well, you got to keep them honest, Coach. You got to keep them honest. You can't just go out and start passing 5 wide and try to get it all back.
I think he's got the first down. See where they give him the spot at. Got a guy down. Here he comes. He's up. We're good. Good.
Yeah, sticking with Jared Hall. Chain gang moves. Boxman reset to 1. And the ball's marked at the 42 of the Oakland Patriots. So Lebanon doing a real good job. They just need to finish it off. Abston throws the towel behind him. He's ready to go to work. 2 down at the bottom of the screen. He works this way, coming with a Wildcat. Bang, he's wrapped up quick. You know who it is. Theron Gaines.
Yeah, Gaines, not a whole lot in the first half. Just had the 1 tackle. Ethan McLaurin doing a really good job. But that time, Theron Gaines, he's the backside defensive end. Shows you how quick he is making in the pursuit right there.
Still got to get some push, and that's what you said. Got to get some push. Lyman got pushed around the first half of the Blue Devils, and now they're trying to push themselves. Double handoff moving this way. Boy, Oakland's just right there, Anthony. It's Theron Gaines.
Yeah, good job of staying outside of the blocks right there, forcing Crowell to try to cut it upfield. Just didn't have much breathing room there.
Boy, they're in a 3rd and 12 and really need to get this first down, Anthony, and keep the ball away from the Oakland Patriots. They're going to bring in a little bit more help. Got Camontez Logue down here at the bottom of the screen. They're going to send Crowell, the other receiver, to the top. Abston will work from a shotgun. Got Jared Hall as his lone tailback. Hall will step up to block. Abston looking. He's going to run it himself. Still staying behind the line of scrimmage. Lets it go. Too much. But he realized
I think he
could
crossed the line of scrimmage. They dropped a flag.
Oh.
I think he had crossed and then come back again.
We'll wait for the call from Joe Blanton. This crew comes to us out of Clarksville, Tennessee. Our sponsor tonight is John Jones. John Jones Real Estate. Appreciate you, John, paying for the feed. NFHS let us come out here. Matt Gillespie and the TSSAA. Waiting for Joe Blanton. Director of Schools is Jeff Luttrell. The principal here at Lebanon High School, Dr. Scott Walters.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a 4th down here.
Yeah, here we come. Joe Blanton, he's done a pretty good job all night tonight. We will not see him ineligible receiver downfield. Yeah, he passed beyond the line. They're going to execute that one against Lebanon.
It's also a loss of down.
Yep. So this puts it in a 4th down, about a 4th and 14. Ball's just at the 47-yard line of the Patriots.
Got a lot of scores to rattle off.
Hold tight, and I'm going to let you go. Just hold tight here at 8:36 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Boy, they're burning a lot of time, and the time clock's just now kicked in. They got 22 seconds, George.
They'll be okay.
Yeah, Abston working from a shotgun, trips down here at the bottom, 1 at the top, single back. They send Crowell out. Crowell, he's the release. He catches it on the screen. Works up to the 45, up to the 40, puts his shoulder down. Boy, they get after it. Eric Taylor, number 5, giving Crowell a little bit of the business. Didn't get it, did he?
No, he did not.
Close.
All right, big score right here. The Ravenwood Raptors lead the Summit Spartans 21-20 in the 3rd quarter. Big score right there. Pearl Cone, they lead Tullahoma 7-0 in the 3rd quarter. We'll get you some more after this play.
Working from a shotgun. It's illegal. They're flying that drone right there over the top of the field. See it, George? You can't fly a drone over people. FAA, federal law. You can't. That's right. I know.
All right.
You know it and I know it. We've been in the tower business. That's correct.
Cloudland defeats Coalfield 22-21. Elizabethton upsets undefeated Greenville 13-7 in the 4A
that's a big
bracket.
game. Greenville was number 1 kids in the state, and Elizabethton upset them.
Hampton 30, Oneida 7. Macaulay 47, Pope John Paul II 7. With 12 minutes left in the 3rd quarter, South Pittsburgh 28, Gordonsville 14, Knox West 63, Knox Central 26. McKenzie and Fayetteville are scoreless with 8 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. NBA 42, Christian Brothers 7, Upperman 35, Red Bank 28. That ball game's in the fourth quarter. Hendersonville leads Beach 16-7. That is a 2-possession ball game right now. Even if you go for 2, can't catch them. Fourth quarter of that one. Trousdale County leads Watertown 17-0 in the fourth.
Of course, Kevin Creasy used to coach at Trousdale County. He's now the coach of the Oakland Patriots. Cade Hewitt will work from a shotgun, handoff right up the middle. And, man, just a lot of yardage. Is that Boogie?
No, it was Jordan James.
Jordan James. Jordan James gets about 12 yards.
And I'm sure Oakland probably will not put the ball in the air in this second half unless absolutely necessary. They want to continue to milk that clock.
Okay, going to bring Isaiah Horton down here at the bottom. Also Khalil James. And Cade Hewitt is now lined up as a receiver. Jordan James is now the quarterback. James fakes it, just goes right up the middle. Jordan James, kids. Stiff arm, 40. Stiff arm again. He's dragging people and works up to the 30-yard line.
Wow, what a physical. And I said this a couple of weeks ago, but I think something that people don't give Jordan James enough credit for is how deceptively physical he can be as a runner. He's a guy that's very elusive, has very good vision, but as you saw right there, throwing tacklers off of him, that's what it takes to play running back in the SEC, Stork.
That's exactly right. They're going to bring Isaiah Horton down to the bottom of the screen. Khalil James will roll up to the top. Cade Hewitt will work out of a shotgun. They tip, bring 2 down to the right to make them really strong. This down at this bottom of the screen. Hewitt, he brings Horton up. He gives Horton the pitch. Horton, he ain't going nowhere. Man, he was slung out of bounds by number 10. Grant Williams.
And it's always tough when you're running a reverse to the short side of the field, the ball on the far hash right there.
You don't have a lot of real estate.
Yeah, exactly right. You don't have much real estate to work with.
Well, the one thing is, you know.
It's almost like trying to drive a semi down St. Andrews Drive.
Yeah. It ain't going to work. Second and 10 now for the Patriots. Bring everybody down here to the bottom of the screen. Hewitt from a shotgun. Pitch. And Jordan James.
Nice tackle.
Yes. No, it was
Didn't
Boogie.
get him down.
Boogie Patterson on the run, and he was tackled by number 21, Brandon Martin.
Yeah, good job right there by Martin. He's the corner down here in the slot. It's good play recognition right there. He knows it's a pitch coming to the outside. And, again, does not over-pursue and does a good job to break down and make the stop.
3rd and 11, and Lebanon's got them right where they want them. This is where they wanted them all night in a 3rd and 11,
I think
George.
where you're at on the field right here, if you're Oakland, you can call a play to try to make this a more manageable 4th down because I do believe you're in 4-down territory.
He fakes it, dumps it. Not there, Anthony. 4th down.
It's a screen pass right there. That's number 43, the outside linebacker, Gavin Tomlinson, does a very good job of recognizing right there. Offensive lineman block, 1-1,000, 2-1,000, let their man go, and they take off upfield. As a defender, you know if that offensive lineman lets me go that quick on a pass play, it's a screen. Get your head around, find that running back. That's exactly what Tomlinson did there.
Working right through this 3rd quarter, and Judy the Beauty's doing a wonderful job. 6:12 left to go. And Hewitt going to work from a shotgun, twins to the top, fakes it, looking. Boy, he's going to let it go. Isaiah Horton. Just that quick.
I mean, it's a deep corner route right there by Horton. Lebanon's in zone coverage. Hewitt does a good job of recognizing that to where all that's over there is just that one corner. I've got to get some air under this ball and give Horton enough time to get over there to get the football, to get it over top of that corner, and he does exactly that. A good play there by the quarterback, Cade Hewitt.
Fakes it. That's Antonio Boogie Patterson. Went right up the middle on a wildcat and scores. Touchdown Boogie, touchdown Oakland.
couple of plays in the Wildcat formation on that drive. Stork and both backs do a very good job of hitting the hole quick, and the Oakland Patriots are an extra point away from a running clock.
5:48 left to go here in the third. Foglia to hold. That's number 85 on the field. No, that's 95. We're still with Rogers. Avery Rogers. Rogers dots that I.
I lied. They did travel their band.
Oakland did bring their band. 42-7. We're in a rolling clock. So on the kickoff, it'll just click into the only way Lebanon now can stop it is they got to score, George. So, I mean, there's not a whole lot. You just got to score. Stop that clock.
Some scores. Hendersonville 21, Beach 7. That ball game in the fourth quarter. MBA leads Christian Brothers 42-7 in the fourth. Pearl Cone continues to lead Tullahoma 7-0 in the third. Riverside 15, Forest 3 in the third. Ravenwood. Oh, actually, we got an update. Summit scores. They now lead Ravenwood 26-21 with 8:51 left in the third quarter.
Boy, that's a good game.
Upperman final. They beat Red Bank 42-28. CPA 56, Lausanne 10. That ball game in the third quarter. Ray County falls to Powell 27-13 tonight. MTCS and Nashville Christian. I'm sorry, yeah. Nashville Christian up 21-7 in the third quarter of that ball game.
Dean Fox, the Fox that rocks, that's where he is. Dean, of course, is my artist, does all our graphic arts work. We appreciate Dean Fox. Start from the 5, work up to the 10, the 15, up to the 20. About up to about the 27-yard line. That's where the Lebanon Blue Devils will start. Of course, you see that clock. It's just not going to stop. It won't take long for 5 minutes to roll off.
Starting to get to the point now where I can't take my pinkies and touch my thumbs with them anymore.
Yeah, it's getting a little cold. I've got Anthony over there on the refrigerator side. We're all over here on the heat side. The big ugly, we keep him out there. In a split gun, Anthony hands it off. And they went with Hall.
Devin Green off tackle right there. And Lebanon, of course, the only ball game that they have lost this year was all the way back in week 3 against Wilson Central. They lost 14-7 in that ball game.
I got one roster with Jared Hall as 5 and Devin Green as 5, so I think we need to work with Green as 5. I did not get a roster from Chuck Gentry. I had to jimmy one together off the internet. I asked for it, but I didn't get it. 4:06 left to go in the third in a running clock. Well, Lebanon, they're taking a lot of time, Anthony.
Yeah, I mean, you got to do what you got to do. You know, you got to get the plays in. You got to continue to try to move the football and knife into this lead as best you can, but certainly not looking too good for the Blue Devils.
Abston looking to throw. Abston dumps it up to the 40, up to the 45, up to the 47. And that's Green.
Worked out well right there for Chuck Gentry. A good play call. Oakland decided to sell out on that third down, as they have been quite a bit tonight. Perfect way to combat an all-out blitz, a screen pass, because everybody's over-committing. They're getting too far up the field. They get it to Green. He does the rest.
Abston hands to Crowell. Crowell running on a little jet sweep. Cuts it back. Golly, wow, still on his feet. That's 7 yards. Good run by Crowell.
Run. Absolutely a great physical run.
He was a violent runner last year. We saw him over at Stewart's Creek. We saw Jalen Abston last year over at Stewart's Creek in the Lebanon Blue Devils. They had DeQuante Shannon, and boy, if they did have DeQuante Shannon tonight, it'd be a different story, wouldn't it, Anthony?
I think so. They've been struggling running the football tonight, and I think he'd be a big difference.
Oh, buddy, he could run it. I don't know where he's running at on Saturday, but, boy, he sure did run last year for Chuck Gentry and the Lebanon Blue Devils. Green will light up on the right side of Abston. Now let Green have it. It's nothing there but keeping them honest, but it's close to the first down, and that'll help them keep the drive alive. This is what they needed all night, kids. 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2. I talked about it. It's just real important to keep yourself in that position. Because the Rabbits got the gun, and it ain't no fun.
Abston. Get your linebackers to key on him.
Completed out, little screen pass. You got that first down. Chain gang moves. Boxman resets. Fresh set of 4 for Abston and the Blue Devils. Kevin Creasy played without 6 starters last week against Shelbyville. Had 5 on defense.
And that defense, man, they outscored.
Green up the middle. And just gashing them, Coach.
Doing a lot better running the football here on this drive, but you got to wonder, too little, too late. Where's this been all night?
Yeah, now starting to get a little push, and that's what you got to get because that keeps them honest. Abston now looking, he's catching heat. They knock him down. They complete it to Crowell. Crowell at the 10, Crowell at the 5. Crowell's in the end zone. Touchdown, Crowell. Touchdown, Lebanon Blue Devils.
We've got a flag down here in the backfield. Think it may be a roughing the passer call, so I think this should stand, but nope. Some guys throwing their arms up. It may be a hold.
Wait for the call from Joe Blanton. He's out of Clarksville, Tennessee. He's our white hat guy tonight.
I'm not sure what that signal was.
I don't know what this is. Here we go. Touchdown. Personal foul, roughing the passer. Great call, Anthony.
Was on it.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Good job, Anthony.
It looked like he had gotten rid of the football a good 2-3 seconds earlier than he got hit, but
PAT attempt in order, and man, they need this one.
That's going to stop that running clock again.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it.
You got a whole quarter. You got 2 timeouts. It's going to take a lot, but
boy, we was there in 2009. Though Philip.
Yeah.
Philip came back in a big one against Brentwood.
Yes, he did.
You and I was both there. You was on the field.
Yeah,
I was filming.
He was
I
was a little sophomore that wasn't getting in on Friday nights yet, so I was standing down there freezing my butt off.
Judy and I went over there to Brentwood. That was in 2009, and boy, we pulled off a big one. We was down in the 4th quarter, about 3 touchdowns.
Yep.
Came back, won it. Scored 28 points in they cut Tavis blocked. Special teams. They cut Tavis Mathers loose that night.
It was number 26, Corey Smith, and number 24, Josiah Gordon.
42-13.
What were you saying about the I-train?
It was in 2009, so he was just a sophomore at that time. So Philip was running a couple other guys, and he brought him out against Brentwood and let him go. Of course, he started doing what he was doing, scoring. Such a magnificent electric runner, and Anthony can tell you, just nobody could just get up in it and go. And every time he touched the ball, he thought he was going to score.
I mean, there was so many times that I can remember what was so special about him that truly set him apart from anybody else that I've seen is there would be times where he'd take a handoff, and he was a very patient runner too. Very patient, would let his blocks develop in front of him. He'd take a handoff, and it would be just a simple power play or a dive play. He'd get up to the line of scrimmage, and he'd almost kind of stop. It was really weird. For just 2-3, I mean, it was like 2, sometimes 3 seconds, and you're like, how is this kid not down yet? And nobody's around him, and it's just the weirdest thing. And then all of a sudden, there's 2-3 guys that get their arms on it. They're just trying to arm tackle him. He was a physical kid, too. And he'd spin out of it, take off around the edge,
And he was gone.
I mean, it was
the second gear. The second gear
stuff. You were just like, how is he doing this?
Might be the right time for the onside kick right now.
Yeah, they've got to from here on out. I think you've got to get the ball back, and you've got to start scoring quick.
Chuck Gentry's going to
coach.
coach.
Oakland's expecting it. So.
Well, but it's probably better than trying to kick it off, Anthony.
Yeah,
I mean, you're trying to get the ball. So here you go. Hands, guys, they got it.
Not a terrible kick right there, though. He got that pop and got it to bounce up like you wanted.
And it's at the 30.
Yeah, so. That's the worst. That's the worst starting field position Oakland's had all night.
2 weeks ago, Anthony and I are at the first round of the playoffs, and a live ball's kicked deep. Anthony said, and turned out it was Oakland's ball, and
I mean they let it hit the ground, and I'm like, what are you doing? That's a live football, and Oakland was able to follow.
Warren County. That was Warren County, that first game that we did on round 1 of the playoffs. Wild. Got all the way down there 20. Nobody touched it.
Yeah.
Oakland picked it up. Hewitt. They're going to tip, bring 2 down to the left, and now they're strong on that far side, kids. Little pitch to number 20, Mason Bell. Bell not going to get a whole lot, but did pick up 2-3 yards. But only 30 seconds left here in the third quarter.
Yeah, and with the time on the play clock, they don't have to run another play if they don't want to the rest of this quarter.
Anthony, try to work us up some scores, what little's left out there, if you can.
I was trying to see if they were going to run a play first. I don't want to interrupt.
Everybody's wanting me to tell you hello. Anthony, everybody's wanting me to tell you hello. Drive for show, putt for dough. Want me to tell you hello. Everybody out there having a big time tonight.
All right.
We're in round 3 of the playoffs. Appreciate you joining us. Go ahead, Anthony. Take it away.
Nashville Christian now leads 28-7 over MTCS. So the Cougars, the private school we got there in Rutherford County, looks like their season's probably going to end tonight.
So we'll have one horse left out of Rutherford County.
Tullahoma has tied it up 7-7 with Pearl Cone in that ball game. $1:44 left in the third quarter. That one's going to come down.
And that's down at Tullahoma.
Yes, sir. It is
so
down
Pearl
at Tullahoma.
Cone, good ways from home.
Hendersonville has taken off on Beach, so the Commandos look like they're probably on their way to the semis. They lead 28-7 over the Beach Buccaneers,
and they'll meet the winner of that Ravenwood Summit game.
Yes,
that's that other side of the bracket.
That's what I was just getting ready to talk about. Summit now has a 2-possession lead. They're up 31-21. Still in the third quarter, though. Will Hester has a little time to put something together, but
boy, it's going to be
Upperman. That
tough.
Game final, they beat Red Bank 42-28. Thank you, Sam.
Cade Hewitt out of a shotgun. Twins to the top. Let's see what they do. Patriots pitch far side. Oakland not in a big hurry. That's Khalil James. So got Khalil James. He's no kin to Jordan James.
Yeah, that was something we had always wondered about.
Yeah, we had to ask that.
Nope, no relation. Same last name, though.
But he has come on and been electric here late run of the year.
Absolutely has.
The first time we saw Oakland was against Blackman. That was about week 6, week 7. We didn't see him till late in the season this year. Hand off.
I think that was Khalil James.
Yeah, it is. They're just running the football, Coach.
Yeah.
Here in the fourth quarter.
Going to continue to milk that clock. But yeah, honestly, as time starts to wind down here tonight, honestly, what I think ended up being the two big differences. One we didn't talk about, the one we did before the game. Both sides of the ball, I think Oakland has definitely out-muscled Lebanon here tonight, and it's just given that Lebanon a lot of fits and made them one-dimensional. And two, Lebanon not having their kicker and Oakland getting this great field position, I think made a big difference as well.
Shotgun. Quarterback keeper. And we switched quarterbacks. Is that still Hewitt?
I don't think he got there. No, that was
16 T. That's who I thought. That didn't look like Cade Hewitt.
And now Max Levinsky's running out there, I think.
So Kevin Creasy working in his second string, brings Levinsky in. He's got Khalil James back there as a tailback.
They're going to measure.
Okay. Well, the clock is stopped with 10:18 left to go in the ball game. Can't thank everybody enough for joining us here on NFHS. Boy, Judy the Beauty is just awesome, isn't she, George? She takes care of that. You see how valuable that screen is up here and her working it. She's done a great job. Everybody's done a great job. Appreciate everybody watching. Dr. Scott Walters, the principal here at Lebanon High School, and Jeff Luttrell is the director of schools. Take it away, Anthony Fiorello. You've got a score or two.
Nope, a little short.
You got a score or two for me, Anthony?
Yes, I do. Summit has scored again a field goal, so still a two-possession game. Ravenwood down 13 in that ball game. It's 34-21. Also still in the third quarter. Trousdale shuts out Watertown 23-0.
Kevin Creasy used to coach at Trousdale County.
Covington and Dyersburg tied at 14. That ball game at the end of the third.
Oakland didn't get that first down.
No, they didn't.
Turned it over on downs, and now Abston will work from a shotgun. That's just what Chuck Gentry wanted. He wants to put more points on the board.
Yeah, I was about to say they let him run out there. Chains weren't set yet.
Two-step drop, looking, flings it, completes it. Crowell going to get up to about the 32 and works out of bounds. Stops that clock, Anthony. Big 96 was there for Oakland. Let's get him into the ball game.
Yeah, it's still working.
Rogers.
Clock's,
is it?
Yeah, it's still moving.
Well, he didn't work out of bounds then. Kept him in. Abston from a shotgun. Working. Hands it off. Green. On that left side, Green. They keep him in bounds.
Good run right there by Green of getting that thing to the outside. He looks like he may be hurt down there, though.
Looks like the chain gang moves. Boxman reset. Is he cramping?
Yep.
He's cramping. That's important. It doesn't matter, Anthony. You got to get a lot of fluids in you. And once you go over that brink of cramping, boy, it's hard to get rid of. You can't go backwards, can you, because you didn't get enough fluids in you.
No, and what's the worst part is I had a night one time where I cramped and this was during the summer where it's obviously a little more common, but I had a night where, I had cramped twice during a game, and when you go to bed at night, you wake up at about 3 a.m. and you get a Charlie horse. Oh, my gosh. You wake up screaming. It's the worst thing in the world.
You didn't drink any fluids before you went to bed, did you? You just went to bed.
No, my dumb butt. I stayed up all night before eating Cheetos, playing video games. I mean, whatever else you do when you're 16 years old,
It's all good. You learn, though.
You live and you learn, absolutely.
You learn what H2O can do. Well, Anthony, the older you get, the more water you got to have, don't you, George? The joints and the muscles start talking to you.
And you have to mix that water with something.
Yeah, you got to. You do. Nice one. 3 down at the bottom. Abston to work from a shotgun. Looking, going to try to complete a screen. You got it to Crowell. Crowell's on his feet. Just fell down. Getting a little slippery out there, isn't it, Anthony? The dew has fell.
Oh, yeah. And that dew is definitely going to be ice.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gotten a little bit cold here in the state of Tennessee and going to get cold tomorrow.
Let's get you an official temperature. We've got phones. We might as well use them,
Yeah, it's probably down to 39, 40 degrees.
Yeah, let's place your bets, everybody. What do you got?
Oh, ball's on the ground. Boy, he covered it up quick. They handed it off to 21, Brandon Martin.
Says it is 30 degrees even right now.
See, 30, 29. You know it's cold when you see your breath, George.
You got that right.
From a shotgun, Abston. And fakes it, pulls it, completes it. Boy, nice pass, Sandifer. Touchdown, Nolan Sanford. Touchdown, Lebanon Blue Devils. Chuck Gentry's not going away. Maybe a little late.
Well, right there, Sandifer just running a quick slant. Gets over top of the linebackers, and Abston delivers a good ball. Catches Sandifer in stride to where he doesn't have to break that momentum, and he's into the end zone. And they're going to go for 2 here, Stork.
Okay.
If you go for 2 and you get it, you're down by 3 touchdowns exactly.
No, you're not going for 2. So Abston to hole. Kicking. Just going to try to kick a normal PAT, Coach. And they got it. They dotted the I. So that makes it 20. Remember, they missed that PAT earlier, or it'd be 21.
Yeah.
Missed that. That was their first touchdown. They did not get the PAT.
Well, and you know, honestly, as I think about it now, if you go for 2 and you don't get it, it's a 4-possession game still versus a 3-possession game. You're going to have to go for 2 at some point.
You're going to play the odds.
But
go ahead and just get the 1.
Right here, you just got to, I mean, at this point, it's still not a good situation that you're having to play these kind of odds, but you got to do what you got to do.
Give your team every chance. To Lebanon, they didn't lay down.
No, absolutely not.
They were down big at half.
Absolutely
They came
not.
back.
Pointed out something before we started the broadcast. Game kicked off at 7 o'clock. It's 9:09. This is exactly what you want, Anthony. You want to get on and get off that field, get your money, guys. I mean, you notice Antonio Patterson. You notice Jordan James. You notice Isaiah Horton. All the money guys are out now for Kevin Creasy. He's running in his second string in there. Don't want to get nobody hurt. He knows what he's got ahead of him.
You're trying to get to that Thanksgiving morning walkthrough.
Yep. Boy, there's nothing like next week. We will be in the Final Four of all the divisions, 6A, 5A, 4A, 3A, 2A, 1A, and the private schools. The private schools don't really get down to that Final Four because generally they don't have as many teams, so It's kind of worked out for the championship. But, boy, a lot of good football next Friday night, the day after Thanksgiving.
Big onside kick here.
8 minutes and 33 seconds left in this one. Let's see what happens. Offsides.
Got a little ahead of themselves.
Yep, offsides.
And what hurts here, too, when you're in an onside kick situation with an offsides, the ball now has to travel 15 yards.
Instead of 10.
It still has to, it's still got to get.
So you sure about that? It's got to get to the 50.
Yeah,
all right.
No, it's 10 yards.
You making up rules as we go.
It used to. Well, no, it used to be that way.
I think it did. Luckily for Lebanon, they changed that rule.
Yeah.
8:33 left to go in the ball game. Another try at the onside. Worley Derbish. Boy, he just cocked that kid. Knocked the stuffings out of him, but he did get it. 1st and 10 for Oakland.
It's a good way to put it. I mean, it's exactly what happened.
He was pointing this way, and you just saw the defensive man just knock him to the earth.
But you know something, too? When you get hit hard like that and it's just cold outside,
it hurts.
You feel it more. Absolutely.
It goes all the way down. Okay. Oakland now given great field position.
Still quite a few starters in on the offense. They do have Max Levinsky in at quarterback.
Fogley is down here at the bottom.
Receiver,
Khalil James, I see him, number 8.
Ooh-wee.
What was that? That was a 15-yard penalty, Coach.
I think that was your cold cock penalty.
Yeah, I guess so, man.
Maybe a targeting?
Yeah, it could be. I think it was. I think you're right. I think it was targeting.
No cold cocking. That's what it was.
Yeah, got a cold cock in play. Ball on 32. Working from a shotgun handoff coming this way.
Oh.
Khalil James. But picks up, golly, 8 yards.
Yeah, hard to bring down Oakland running back one-on-one. Usually you're going to need more than one person to tackle them.
Absolutely.
They're very physical.
Got Cade Hewitt back in there running that offense. Creasy wanting to get out of here. Hands it off. Right up the middle. Still on his feet.
Good move right there by Antonio Patterson at the end of that run. Hit him with a little spin move, able to create some extra momentum and throw himself into that safety. Get another 3-4 yards at the end of that run.
He was on an unofficial last week at Vanderbilt. I'm sure you saw that.
Yes, I did.
So
they need all the kids they can get over there.
Well, I mean,
not been a very good year for the Commodores. First-year head coach Clark Lee.
Yep.
He was
going to work from about the 7, and it's 1st and goal for the Patriots. Handoff. Not there, but that clock is moving, Anthony. They went with number 22 of the Patriots, C.J. Puckett.
Yeah, read option right there, Silas Teat. Still a young quarterback. I think he should have taken maybe an extra second or two before he decided to hand that ball off, because what you're doing is you're reading that defensive end. If he continues to squeeze, you keep it yourself and take it off the outside. If he's staying at home, you let the running back have it.
From a shotgun.
This is Levinsky.
Levinsky going to try to take it himself, and recipe for disaster. He's pulled to the ground by number 87, Scranton.
Aiden Scranton, that's a big player for them, and he has been quiet all night. The first time we've called his name. Very talented defensive end, a good tight end. Oakland has done a good job keeping that kid at bay.
So the ball's going to be marked just on the 11-yard line. But the clock is working, kids, with 6:06 left to go in the ball game. Hewitt is still the quarterback. He works with Puckett just to the right of him. One to the top, one to the bottom. Two-step, he's looking, lets it go. He threw it in the restroom.
Yeah, and he kind of – you saw him kind of shake his hand a little bit after he let go of that football. He knows he didn't – don't think he had the grip that he wanted on that football as he let it go. They're going to kick. This one would be from 27 yards here. This is Rogers.
Avery Rogers. Fogley to hold. Getting him warmed up for the next week.
He got that one. That'll make it 45-20. Get you a few more scores here. I'm sure Sam has rolled in quite a few. He
Loaded
has.
you up.
We got to
do that.
We got okay, here we go. Riverside 15, Forest 10 with a minute left to go in that ball game. At the end of the third, Nashville Christian 28, MTCS 7. East Nashville leads White House 17-13 with a minute 52 to go in that ball game. Ravenwood down now 42-28 to Summit. They just went for two and got it. 8:40 to go in that ball game. Tullahoma has scored. They come back from down 7-0. They now lead Pearl Cone 14-7 with 9 minutes and 40 seconds left in the game.
5:41 left to go in this one. Our sponsor tonight's John Jones Real Estate. Appreciate Dr. Scott Walters and Jeff Luttrell. Dr. Walters is the principal here at Lebanon. Mr. Luttrell is the director of schools here in Wilson County. So Avery Rogers still in the ball game and set to do this kickoff. Lets it go. They're going to be fielded right at about the 5. Work up to the 10, to the 15. That's Crowell. Still on his feet. Man, he was tackled quick.
A very good tackle right there by number 36. That's Keontae McCutcheon.
Crowell never did get cranked up, Anthony.
No, he didn't. And as when you look at this roster, too, for Lebanon, the two things that really stick out to me, number 1 and number 2, they're both still juniors.
Yep.
You're getting that duo back next year. That's huge for the Blue Devils.
Well, not only that, but number 9, Bryce Nizick will be back, and hopefully George will be back up. Absent from a shotgun handoff, and not much there. Anthony's was shut down pretty quickly.
Yeah. But, I mean,
went with Devin Green.
You got to hand it to him. I mean, it's been, like we said earlier, it's been a long time since Lebanon has been this far in the playoffs. Chuck Gentry is doing a very good job of building this program up to this point. When he took this job over,
they were the fourth place team in the region, and they played the number 1 team, and now he's the number 1.
They are hosting a team that is the state champ from last year.
Boy, what a nice run, Anthony.
That was Green again.
He's done a really good job all night.
Yeah, they've been able to do a good job of getting him going here in the second half.
But you know what? At this point, got a guy down. That's number 32 for the Patriots. Let's see who that is. Ashton Brunson. But, like you said, for Lebanon, even though it might be lights out here for them for their season in 4 minutes and 48 seconds, but a lot to come back on, a lot to build on. They're going to be a little bit like Blackman. Blackman's getting everybody back, and they're going to be dangerous. So it's some, and look at it this way. Riverdale graduated about 21, 22 seniors. Question is, Kreisky's going to have some work to do. He's going to have to find some kids and find a quarterback.
Yeah, absolutely is. I mean, he's fighting an uphill battle, and I mean, every coach, throughout your tenure, you're going to go through years where you're young, you're going to have a lot coming back. You're going to go through years where you're a heavily senior-laden team, and you're going to lose everybody. It's just part of the game.
Absent will work from a shotgun, 2 down here to the bottom of the screen. He's looking.
Open.
He's going to let it go, boy. There's that arm. Crowell's got it. Crowell's up to the 6-yard line. He's got an arm, George. He can let that thing go.
Just a simple go route right there by Anthony Crowell. He's matched up with the younger corner, number 29, Braylon Vanderbilt, just a sophomore. Chuck Gentry's like, look, I know that this kid can get a couple of steps on that corner, and Jalen Abston delivers a good ball.
Abston, boy, he's dropped, Anthony, and that's not what they needed.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a busted play right there. Green and Abston kind of collided in the backfield.
Chase Lilly got back there, number 31.
It's not good.
We're down to the 4-minute mark.
Chase is the twin brother of Chandler.
There you go.
Man, I can't feel my toes anymore. I really can't.
Well, come over here and get next to the heat.
It's not going to do much.
All right, well, we only got about 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Shake it off.
That's what I'm doing.
I'm
just trying to move.
We'll buy you a pizza and a cold beer here in a minute. Abston, I mean. He makes good decisions, though, Anthony.
Very,
right there.
very good decisions. A smart quarterback. Hadn't turned the ball over tonight.
Nope.
Against a defense that thrives off of turnovers, one thing that Lebanon has not done tonight is turn the ball over.
And surely you got Isaiah Horton down there, lurking around.
Yeah,
he can get some wheels under him if he gets the ball.
This might be one of the few high school games I've ever seen where neither team has turned the ball over that I can remember. Right?
I don't think Oakland has. There's been a couple of fumbles, but both teams have recovered each time. Yeah, that's. Very good point. I don't think we've had a single turnover on either side.
Green to the left of Abston. They send Abston looking. Abston's going to throw it. Little Rich, you wanted Crowell.
A good throw right there, but the only thing about it is the way that Crowell's body was kind of contorted right there. You saw at the top of the screen right there, he's got to turn completely all the way around and got to try to get your hands straight up over your head without breaking stride.
That's a little hard to do.
It's a tough catch to make, a very tough catch to make.
I'll give you $1 if you can do it, Anthony.
Oh, yeah.
and I'll watch.
Oh, man.
I'll give you 50 cents if you can put your elbow in your ear. Abston from a shotgun. Fakes the pitch. Looking. Throws it. Boy, he's in there. Touchdown. Wow, man, he threaded the needle, and he found Green. Touchdown, Green. Touchdown, Lebanon Blue Devils.
They're talking about it.
Well, if he did, and it's close. Well, I don't know. There may be a lynching here if they don't. I mean, the Lebanon fans may come out of the stands.
I mean, I'm going to be honest. I
couldn't see it happening too quick.
Incomplete.
Did it?
Yeah, he called it incomplete.
Incomplete. I thought he got it. Boy, the Lebanon fans, they're letting them know. Ripping them. And that ball's turned over on downs. Boy, they are not happy with Joe Blanton's decision. And he's down there talking to Chuck Gentry.
Yeah, Chuck's not happy.
No.
I'm going to be 100% honest. I didn't think that he had stepped out. You know, I thought he secured the football inside that front pylon right there on the right. But
well, that's one thing about high school football, no replays. And Chuck Gentry pats him on the arm, says, I guess that's okay. Boy, the Lebanon fans are not pleased. As the boos echo here at Danny Watkins Stadium with 3:14 left to go in the ball game. I'd say Kevin's going to try to play keep away right here, Anthony, and not give it back to him.
Yeah. Trying to probably make this the last drive of the game, I'm sure.
I mean, he hasn't been real successful. He's giving the ball back to Lebanon, but that's what he's going to try to do. From working real tight, up underneath the center. Boy, Lebanon shifting around. 3 down linemen on the front. They run it and get a couple of yards.
We do have a final. Nashville Christian 28, MTCS 7.
So Dean Fox don't have much to write about, only 7 points.
Page and Green Hill, that game is final. Page wins 31-14.
That ends Josh Crouch, Green Hill, second year. Did real good, though, Anthony. Got real far in the playoffs.
He's got a flag on the play here.
All righty. Joe Blanton coming back my way. Personal foul. Called against Patriots. That'll leave a mark, George. You don't want to do that.
Another chop block.
Yep.
It's the second one tonight.
Yeah. Don't really see them that often.
And to see 2 of them in one night.
Ball on the 7-yard line with 3:08 left to go in the ball game.
South Pitt beats Gordonsville 44-14.
Heading off to Boogie Patterson on the right side.
Wow, Covington 20, Dyersburg 20. They're headed to the second overtime.
Wow. Wouldn't you like to be there?
That ball game
screaming
out there.
Your brains out, hoping to goodness you're either going home or you're going to the next round of the playoffs. You live and die. You're living for another 3 days of practice, George. You get to practice Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, go through walkthrough on Thursday. Of course, walkthrough is Thanksgiving Day, and that's the special day. Nice little run here, George.
That's the sophomore, number 20, or the freshman, number 25, T.T. Hill. We saw him score earlier this year. I think it was in the Blackman game, I believe. Either the Blackman or the Rockville game.
So Gary Rankin always said, if you hear Christmas music playing on the radio and you're still playing football, you've had a heck of a season. That's an old saying here in this area. And Gary's one that said it.
Yeah, and Gary's heard it a lot.
Well, if you got 16 championship rings, Coach, 463 wins and about 77 losses, you do the math, kids. There's only 10 high school football games in the regular season. 463. guy's a machine and still coaching. He's 69 years old. He needs a hobby.
Got an injured player.
Yeah,
it's going to stop that clock. 1:16. They're not going to stop it. Well, now they are. 1:15 left to go in the ball game.
He took a little hit below the belt.
Yep. You've had a couple of those, hadn't you?
Unfortunately. We all have. Not a fun.
Roughest game you played in, Fiorella, before we get out of here?
2012 was at Tom Nolan Stadium. Riverdale come back out of warm-ups wearing pink jerseys.
Yep, I remember that night.
We didn't know what he was expecting. They were warming up in their regular jerseys, come back out in pink jerseys. We won that game by 2 points. But, man, I tell you what, that was a physical game. Riverdale, they had a kid by the
was that Dylan Woodruff?
Yes, Dylan Woodruff was playing
Dylan
quarterback
Woodruff
that night. Yep.
Ron Adelot was the head coach.
Ron Adelot was the head coach. He sure was. And we were back and forth with them all night. They had actually in the fourth quarter took the lead on us, went up 7. We ran back the ensuing kickoff, tied the ball game.
Did it go out? It's done. There's 46 seconds left. We might as well cool off. We've lost all our heat.
Woo.
That's all right, but Anthony, now we're like you.
It's going to be a quick tear down.
All right, it's all right.
46 seconds.
Okay, here's some big scores.
Get us some scores.
We got a final. Hendersonville 34, Beach 14.
So Hendersonville moves on.
So Hendersonville's moving on.
That's
with
the other side of the
less
bracket.
than 2 minutes, Summit is up 42-28.
That's done. So
Summit is going to play against Hendersonville in the semis. On this side of the bracket, you will have Oakland and Maryville.
The Final Four has been set.
Okay. Tullahoma leads Pearl Cone 14-7 with 9 minutes and 40 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
We're at the Final Four next Friday night, just 46 seconds away, and Oakland will be traveling to Maryville High School next Friday night. Hope everybody's enjoyed the broadcast tonight. We and George Nisa coming up here and hanging out with us.
I appreciate the invite. You guys got any predictions for next week, Oakland?
Oh, I don't even want to start talking about it just yet. It's a tough place to play. 34 ticks left. I won't go back, George. Last time I went was 2015 with Coach Creasy. They stuck a police officer on me and followed me the entire game while I filmed the sideline. They hate me. That's all right.
They might have pictures up of you. You might not be allowed in there.
I'm not allowed.
They got a big old printout of him in the press box.
They do not allow me over at Maryville.
Do not let this guy in.
I'll watch it from TV. Johnny and Wanda, hope we did a good job. I hope we did an awesome job for you tonight. We appreciate everybody tuning in. I appreciate Matt Gillespie at TSSAA letting us hang out. Corey and the guys down in Atlanta with NFHS. Lady on the camera, that's been Judy the Beauty. And nobody does it like her.
Number 25, Sean Heath on the carry.
Got a new quarterback in the game.
Yeah, that's
Lebanon.
16, Brody Hall.
Number 16.
Probably likely will be the last play of the night. Don't think they're going to get another one off.
Our sponsor tonight, John Jones Real Estate. Appreciate, John, all you did for us this year and helping us with this broadcast. Dr. Scott Walters is a principal here at Lebanon High School. We appreciate you. Jeff Luttrell, the Director of Schools of Wilson County. That is it. The Oakland Patriots will advance to round 4 and the Final Four of 6A high school Tennessee football. And as we said, the brackets are set. Beach will play Summit.
No, Hendersonville.
Hendersonville will play Summit. Hendersonville will play Summit. And Maryville will play Oakland. And then those two will come out, and they'll go to Chattanooga.
This year. Brand new.
Brand new. We don't go to the Plateau no more. We go to Chattanooga. Kids, it's been great. I hope everybody's had a good time tonight.
Yeah,
George, what did you think about tonight's broadcast?
It was awesome. I'd like to do it again.
Yeah, you and I tell you what, I got a bunch of you. Hollywood got up here. He liked it. You guys are like it. I hope we did a good job tonight, and I can't thank you enough. We
appreciate everybody watching all season long. We appreciate everybody pumping us scores. Sam, for all you do behind
yeah,
the
Sam's
scenes.
great.
Everybody, we can't do it without the fans. We love you.
All righty, kids. We'll set up the John Jones banner and get out of here, but we appreciate everybody, and until next year, I guess that is it, and we will see you next year on Stork Vision. Thanks for the broadcast.